Alrighty then. In that case, you can take storytellers. It is fine for now. Watch Together is in link if everyone isn't already here. And we're going to cut to a bit of a cold open. So, actually,
Can I
before
ask something?
Yeah, sure.
Callan's asking if he's allowed to come spectate.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, sorry.
No, not allowed.
Oh.
No, also not allowed.
Yes, fuck you guys. Love that little bean.
Can't believe you demoted him from human.
It's not even a big
Promote
bean,
you
too.
from
He's a little.
living in a second, Eric.
Yeah, good luck.
His job already did that.
We're trying.
Spicy tonight. Okay. I'm filled with anger. I love that.
What's new?
Not always filled with anger, Joey.
You're really, Charlie.
Just the majority of the
you're really
time.
proving his point.
I would say I've got a solid 60-40 split happening.
60-40.
The anger's in the majority.
Listen, I was going to leave that up to the imagination. It's an interpretive exercise, Eric.
I interpreted as 60 as anger.
I fucking asked you.
It's leaning more towards 65, 35.
I am going to cut out your tongue and feed it to dogs.
I can still text, so.
30, Josh, shut up.
Okay. Anyway, getting back to the matter at hand.
God, I hope Heath isn't recording all of that.
No, it's been recording, so yes, that is.
Yay!
Hey, let's go.
Really? Well, I love that. Thank you.
Look, I can't help it. You started recap. I recorded.
It's gonna be bad evidence when our murder trial happens.
Okay. So I need to ask before we continue. Are you guys going back or progressing forward? Because I remember that was on the docket for discussion, but I don't remember what you all actually like.
Was it? I mean,
I think we decided on going forward.
I think we also
yeah.
decided on going.
Did we?
Because
I remember.
Yeah, because
I
we
thought
were at a
ended
point
that
where
session. Okay.
we were at a point, and I would have talked to this about my recap if I wasn't so annoyed with Eric telling me to cope. So I just focused on his character's shortcangings instead of, actually doing a recap.
Actual recap.
No.
Oh. Hang on, give me 1 second. We had talked about it, and we were like at a point where it was distance to go. Like we were basically at a halfway point, so we figured we were gonna like soldier on and just make it to the next area.
Yeah, because turning around didn't have much. There's no guarantee that people would still be there if we turned around.
But the point was to find a healer, not to like.
No, yeah, I know, but like,
Hosted them.
if we're halfway,
No,
right?
but
Turning.
we were like 2 weeks in, and it would have taken us 2 weeks to go back, and like 14 days, which is 2 weeks to get to the next place. So we were like exactly at a halfway point, I think.
Yeah. So like turning back wouldn't have done us any good unless we were planning to get them as the bonus. But since they're probably not there, we're better off moving forward to get the healer.
Anyway, look at this cool Zevi art that I got commissioned because an artist that I like was doing a Halloween commission. It's totally not canon, but it was fun.
Nice, that was good.
I love it. Love that one so much. It's such good art too.
Yeah, I love Toro. She's so cool. Anytime she has a sale, I'm like on that like a fly on shit. You have no idea.
All
Anyway, sorry.
right. No, you're good. Okay. for the cold open, we return essentially about roughly where we had left off. As you all decide to push onward into the next node along the solar rail, you begin to, as the next 2 or 3 days pass, Crane, you feel your immunity begin to fade, and the mark on your wrist causes you a bit of discomfort. And you feel like an overall sense of just like nausea throughout your day, going forward here. But it is not as bad as it would be if you had another, direct contact with anyone else aboard the ship that is currently undergoing the circumstances of mind fire at the moment. Tosh,
Aye.
your condition worsens as well. And
Wait,
you feel
Crane shouldn't be sick at all. Zevi should be sick instead.
Yes, but you granted her, wasn't it temporary immunity? Or was it
Yeah,
not?
and I also, but I, not only that, but I also took it from her. Like I took her active condition away.
Oh, the active condition is gone. Okay, that's right. That's right. Okay. But yes, Zevi, your condition worsens. Sorry, I knew it was one of you two.
Yeah, you're just
Yeah, man.
being misogynistic and mixing up the women again, and that's fucked up.
Up top, Josh.
Oh man,
Gonna be one of
don't.
these women.
Surely I'm trying
Zevi,
to
roll me a
kill
con
one of
save.
these bitches. Sorry, yeah.
Con save.
Yeah, I'm getting to it, you fucking misogynistic little guy.
Jesus.
I lost a point of intelligence.
Yep.
I
You
just
don't need
realized that
that.
I'm. You're
Didn't need
right. I don't need this. I don't need this con save either. Oh, it was private. Oops.
18. Okay. As you are progressing, throughout the next couple days, you do manage, or well, this next day, I should say, you do feel yourself to become a bit more nauseous, but
Didn't realize
besides
nausea
like,
was one of the symptoms. I thought it was like head stuff.
it is head stuff, but Mindfire itself, it's like an illusory disease where it's like you feel like other stuff is happening to you that's not happening to you. It can take on the effects of other, like, it basically gives you like a placebo effect of you having like other sicknesses.
So it's a mind sickness that basically makes you a hypochondriac.
Kind of, yeah. But besides that, the mental effects as well. I need you to make a intelligence save. Okay. As you are, I assume you're sticking to your cabin, Zevi?
Yep.
As you stay within quarantine, if you try to keep your mind occupied, you find that it is very difficult to remain focused at all. Your short-term memory is rather abysmal. When you try to like think of certain words, you find yourself like pausing and like trying to remember what exactly you were about to say. Basically you suffer from like a very intense mind fog that kind of like prevails your every waking thought essentially for the remainder of today. Going on forward from this, as the day progresses, you all would basically through the intercom system be kept up to date with the goings on that are happening throughout the ship. Tolsh, Dr. Zeva would ask that you specifically be quarantined instead of in your room secluded. She would request that you are quarantined in the main medical bay area with a couple of the others so that you can still provide assistance while also, you know,
Yeah.
to the best of your ability, like not spread it any further from that particular point of containment. You are kind of kept in a holding area with about 10 to 12 other people with mind fire that are under like a very critical condition where they are like you would notice that a lot of the patients here are beginning to have full-on conversations seemingly to themselves, um having like very extreme senses of delusion and also a bit of just like hallucinatory effects as well, thinking that they're either someplace completely different or are seeing things around the room that from what you can tell, Talsh, are clearly not there. um Also, I'm going to need you to make me a con and int save as well. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Um. Okay. All right. Tosh, with your con save, you kind of steel yourself mentally by basically giving yourself reminders whenever you start feeling sick that it's just like an effect of whatever is going on within your mind. Um, and your background makes it so that you've dealt with physical sicknesses and the like before. Um, and therefore you're kind of better able to steel your body against some of the more reactive effects that would come with this. However, uh, the mind fire itself that is within your mind begins to spread a bit rapidly. Um, You suffer from the same effects that Zevi is currently, which is kind of like that intense mind fog, forgetfulness, stuff like that. Uh, but you also begin to see outlines of figures shifting in and out of your vision. Um, they're various in terms of like race, size, ethnicity. Um, and it gets to the point where the only figures that you know for real that are like for real, the ones that actually exist, are the ones that aren't like walking through walls or doing other supernatural things around you. Um, and as you begin to just kind of like steady your mind, um, you feel a very adverse effect hit you, uh, and your intelligence drops by another point.
No great loss.
Um, and Tolsh, I'm going to need you to roll after that. Actually, no, not yet. Sorry. I need you to make me a sanity saving throw, please, as your intelligence save was below 5. Okay, that succeeds. Um, as you begin to see these hallucinatory effects begin to um, form within your mind, uh, you are able to keep your composure for the most part. And kind of steel yourself and remind yourself that this is all just an effect of the mind fire. And no other adverse effects happen to you.
Okay.
Go ahead and move you guys a block down the rail. Um, everybody else, what would you be doing or trying to do within this time? Activity is a bit restricted on the ship, but you can make requests to either lend your assistance in some way to aid aboard the ship, or basically, like, I guess technically, downtime. I will say that this throws a wrench into downtime a bit. By that I mean not necessarily a wrench. That's probably not the right word. It's going to extend your downtime a bit because as more and more faculties aboard the ship are becoming impaired from like the lack of personnel able to, actively go about and do their jobs, progress on the ship necessarily begins to
Lesson?
halt. Yeah, lessen, essentially. Yeah. So I will say that downtime, whatever downtime I gave you before, is extended by 10 days. If there is anything that you all would like to do in that time. Or you can spend those 10 days just helping, if you would like.
Do we want to start at the top and work our way down just so we got some order to this?
Yeah, sure. That is fine.
Nano?
I think Atlas is probably busy actually running the ship.
Okay.
In case either the pilot or anybody in the navigation area gets sick, he's the only other guy that can back that up, I guess.
Okay. All right, so you're basically help coordinating from, I assume probably from just like the main navigation area.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
when you're
fly
not
the
being
ship
like.
and I can navigate the ship.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Alrighty. Is that all you would like to do with your time?
It's probably going to take up most of my time, to be honest. So yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. Crane, that brings us to you next.
Crane was gonna help Raycelia with any research she was doing on the disease, if she was doing any.
Yeah, she was gonna look into it.
Then she'd probably help out with that, if Raycelia would allow. Just to kind of speed things along.
Okay. Yeah. When we get to Raycelia, I'll allow you to perform the help action. Give Raycelia advantage, or you can do your own roll if you would prefer to do that.
Oh, help.
Okay. Alrighty. Is that all you would like to do?
If there's like, if anyone else around the ship needs help, or like any manual labor, menial task, like anything should be done to, do whatever to help out.
Okay. Alrighty. Lux.
He'd probably try to help, but I have a feeling they'd kick him out immediately. And then after that, he'd probably be testing out his new skill around the ship to see what's going on safely. So,
Okay.
basically, I think because he'd check on Zevi because he'd be worried about her, but knows she's in quarantine and no human people are supposed to be in there. Zevi would just see Gorgonzola walk up to them, twitching their nose.
She'd like seem focused on something and then would like smile and reassure the little guy that she's fine.
Gorgonzola would give a thumbs up, and just for the sake of the gag, why that's happening, this is what's occurring. Oh, 1 second.
Did you ever get to do the research stuff for what she looked into?
Wait, the additional stuff? Wait,
The stuff
gave-
she researched.
Oh, it might have been 2
Blah.
weeks ago. I think. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that I was kind of working on a bit
Other
more
thing.
on what was happening with the disease this week.
Yeah.
I haven't
no,
had a lot
that's
of time.
fine.
But I will try to get it. I'm basically going to be doing a lot of prep this week anyway, just to fix up the server, make everything work correctly. So I'll do it at the same time. If you could get me a list on, I think it is in what's it called already? In the session info channel already.
Yeah.
Oh, was it the Mindfire questions or was it no? It was the other stuff, right? Or
Actually, I think we went through most of the other stuff.
I thought we did. Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
we.
no, we did. I'm dumb.
Oh, okay. No, you're good. You're good.
I thought there was something else, but apparently not.
Okay.
No, we did
Okay.
go through.
Yeah, because I thought we did. That's why I was so confused. I was like, wait, is there?
Yeah, no, we're good. We're fine.
Okay. Um. Oh, however, I do see your questions that you posted last session.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me an investigation and. Okay, so what I'm going to have you do for this one, actually, is I'm going to let you roll an investigation check and a history check for this. And whichever one is higher will kind of dictate what type of information you get. But if they're both high, then you'll get
So
basically both sets.
investigation and history.
Yes, yeah. I'll let you have both since you're spending time to do this. Ooh, both high. Okay. Both above 20. Okay. All right, Racilia. Because of your connections with both Zeva and also just the investigation that you're able to kind of perform on your own time. In terms of how many people are infected, currently at this point, since it was kind of late before people caught onto it a bit, and before they could get properly quarantined, and also sadly from the fact that like there does need to be some activity aboard the ship in which multiple people are, within close proximity of each other just to, make sure everything is running in functioning order. The Mindfire has spread throughout the general crew. In terms of how many specifically are infected, one moment, please, while I refer to something. Because I think this was actually brought up sometime recently. Yes, it was. Okay, there it is. I see it. All right, Racilia. Zeva would have shared some of her information and notes with you. And right now, about half of the crew is showing symptoms, with an additional 25% like in the beginning phases. So like not quite under the effects of Mindfire, but are starting to show like the preliminary like conditions of it, I suppose. So 50% confirmed with another like additional 25% that are like treatable currently before it gets too bad.
Does she know how it happened?
No, I don't think that's been confirmed yet.
Can she find out?
Uh,
I don't know how.
Wait.
Because...
No. I have a plan for that. Just don't worry about it. It's fine.
Okay.
I was about to say anyway that I think that would be really hard to narrow down at the moment, at least, without the crew kind of like convening and like talking.
Yeah, we're gonna have our emergency Among Us meeting.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Since this is the first day since that session's happened, were you all planning on just like meeting up at some point like I guess on this
Let me
particular
do my
day?
thing first. Let me.
Yeah.
The thing I DM'd you.
Yes. Let me write that up actually. I'll do it in your player channel real quick. Enjoy the creepy ambience in the background while I write this out, I guess.
Thanks.
Appropriate for our Halloween episode.
So true. Oh, I guess this is our Halloween episode, isn't it? Huh. Okay.
Halloween.
Halloween.
Thank you.
Shit, there he is.
Hello. Sorry, just writing something out while we take a brief interlude for a moment here.
Yeah, sorry, I joined muted. I didn't want to interrupt anything.
Yeah, we're waiting.
My fault.
Yeah.
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 Here, you bitch.
They keyed.
Actually, no, the rest of you fucking piped up. Listen here, bitches.
What, we can't agree
Closer
with
than on
you?
80%.
Not 80%, you rat.
I don't
You
want to get that joke
plague-filled
once he goes
rat.
back and watches the
The
once he goes
open.
back and watches the opening.
Why would he go back and watch the start of the session?
See what he missed. Duh.
Yeah, get his ass.
Yeah, that was a biting retort.
Yep.
Some call me a master of retort.
Yeah.
Some call me the quip master because my quips are mastered.
I don't think that's the R word people use around you.
I
Oh
said,
man.
what R word? What R word did I say in that sentence? You fucking you can't say that word anymore.
I'm gonna go with retort as the R word in that
Right,
sentence.
right.
A
Okay.
retortist.
A retortist.
Thank you, Ken.
You're a
You
fucking
retorter.
retort.
Oh.
Oh man.
Like, man, it'd be really funny if I ended retort with ARD to really sell that joke. What?
What?
Sorry, what?
Hmm.
Josh, I'm seeing you typing. Like, and it's really giving me anxiety.
Yeah, that's the
Well,
point.
look away.
Could you type a little quicker, please, young man?
What do you mean cyberbullying? Just turn off your computer.
Just don't have eyes. Fucking hell.
I'm not being cyber bullied. I'm being cyber edged. It's fucked up.
Jesus.
I think they made a video game about that or something.
No, they made an anime.
They made several anime, let's be honest.
I've never seen an anime, so it can't be real.
My stance on
Okay, I'm gonna immediately text Crane.
Oh, I don't like that.
women.
I'm gonna whip out ye old cellular device.
And you're gonna type to her in all caps.
And I'm gonna type to her in all caps. The start of the text is going to say in all caps, text Crane. And then I'm going to say, remember how you, in all caps, remember how you said that there was something weird aboard the ship? We need to talk.
Like we just the two of us, or like we?
Collectively.
We like no. Are you replying with "we just the two of us"? Like with a
Yeah.
little question mark? She'll reply in all
Who's
caps.
we?
Reply to Crane. You and me.
It's you and I, actually.
If you were cool, you'd be getting text messages, but you're not, so.
I actually just got a text message.
Your fucking pharmacy letting you know that your antipsychotic meds are not a valuable text message.
Excuse you, but both my aunts are psychotic.
Gary.
I feel that.
So, yeah, so she's just gonna tell Crane to basically come see her real quick.
Okay. We can do that.
And she's not gonna open the door, so they're gonna like talk through the door and it'll be fine. And Racelia can roll like a perception check because she's like right on the there's like a wall.
I'm sure there is.
I know what I meant. Crane, are you there?
Yeah. What did you want to talk about?
Remember how you said that there was a void creature aboard the ship?
I sure remember.
Did someone know that you knew?
Tall.
I imagine so, yes. I mean, aboard the ship full of Veta worshippers.
Well, they weren't supposed to know that I specifically knew, but the Tolsh also went in there, and they directly see him.
Did Paul do anything?
Sorry?
Did Tausch do anything to earn their ire?
He implied that he threatened one of them, but I don't know what actually went down between them.
The spirit to me today that conspirators lurked behind the scenes, and that because this secret was unveiled, it caused panic. And this plague was meant to kill us all, to shut us up, so that nobody could know what was aboard the ship. All in the name of scientific discovery.
That was kind of my speculation, but I didn't exactly want to assume since I don't know what happened between Tolsh and that researcher.
I am not feeling well and do not recommend coming near me for the time being, but perhaps someone needs to kill the Veta worshippers first, but well, not first, we are sick, but I do not know what you wish to do with this information, but The spirits are. I am sure that despite my mind feeling a little foggy, that this will go very good. No, not good. This will go very bad. And, oh, fuck. I fear I am stupid.
I fear.
It could be the disease.
If I will get to my point in a moment. Just allow me. Sorry.
Take your time.
It's not like anybody's dying out here. Oh, wait.
Do you? Do you feel better?
I do, yeah. Thanks to you.
Perfect. Either way, I fear that this plague was hoisted upon us because of something Tausch said or you both saw. I would imagine that it is the void creature, given what the spirits have whispered to me. And despite my current mental fog, I am sure of what they've told me.
Well, perhaps either everyone should gather and talk about what happened, or we should get Tolsh to tell us what actually went down.
Perhaps we will find them again, and I will get the joy of killing a Veta worshipper that I do not require. Yes, we could meet and all talk, but this is generally not a good idea when most are sick and some are not.
All of us have a phone. We can video call.
Oh no, not the Zoom meeting.
This truly
Yes,
is the COVID days.
I've heard of this app. It is called Boom.
Oh.
Yeah,
I think it's
very
Doom at
handy.
this point.
Oh man.
Try to avoid that one, He. Maybe funny in peace. Fuck. Okay, sorry.
Either way, keeping everyone informed should be our priority, so that we know what's happening. Perhaps the healthy individuals could meet up, and then the other... Actually... I don't know. Do you want me to inform someone about this? The captain? Or anyone? Specific? Let them decide.
The captain, yes. Perhaps Atlas as well. And could you perhaps do the thing on the boom so that I can hear while you...
Yeah, let me... I can call you now and then find them so that you're connected.
Yeah.
Would Atlas and the captain be together, or would I have to find them separately? Or I can just text Atlas to come find me at the captain's quarters or whatever.
That could work. I was gonna say the navigation area and the captain's actual quarters are separated, so I don't think they would be together at this time.
As soon as Crane leaves, Evie will knock on her wall and say, Ray, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, this is fine. I just did not want you to think I was trying to keep a secret from you. I'm just, you know.
No, I just thought about lying, but that I don't think that would have gone well. Even though you
You
can't
are not
even
a
see
very
me.
convincing liar. You are very
You know,
bad at it, and I am very.
that that's why I thought of that. Yeah, that's why I just said that I did.
And I don't know why you would lie to me. That would be mean and
I don't
and
know.
hurtful.
I don't. It just popped up in my head, and I was
It would
like,
it would hurt my feelings if you lied to me, Riselia. We are forming a bond here.
that's why I didn't.
You're forming a bond.
Very interesting bond over through a wall.
Well, if I could invite you in for tea, I would, but I do not want you to get sick. So we can do.
You know, I for half a second I was also going to just teleport in. I totally forgot about that for a moment.
Yes, I am not sure how aware Crane is, but I have taken her sickness and I feel it upon myself now. So I am sick in her stead.
Ow.
It is fine. I will be fine.
Can't you also help the ones who are sick? I don't know how that will go if you're also sick.
I fear that taking the sickness from Crane presented more of a toll on my body than I expected.
Yeah.
I I have lost Votharia. I do not hear her or feel her presence any longer.
Well, that's really shit.
It is not ideal, no. I am
Um,
sure that my, uh, I am sure that she is working hard to ensure that I do not die, and I've lived a couple thousand years. I will live many more, so I would not worry.
did those 1,000 years include dealing with Mindfile?
No, but I had a great many headaches, and this is not so different.
I am inclined to disagree, but sure. So you're
Listen, one
saying,
of us is sick, and one of us is just talking shit. So,
yeah, but that's me all the time. So like, what are we getting at here?
oh, fair point. It's
But
this mindfire has made my filter disappear. I am sorry for things that I have said now and will say within the next couple of weeks until I am cured.
that's okay. I'm used to no filter.
I am aware, but I am used to conducting myself a little better than you do.
Thanks
Clasp
for
her
the.
hand over her mouth.
Um. So you're saying this Talsha's like is is this what happened? He went on the ship. This wasn't even discussed.
Sorry, what? What did you say?
That he went. Well, like the aftermath of what happened from that. That wasn't brought up with everyone.
From what I gather, they saw something that they shouldn't have and the people are upset. So they try to kill us so that we cannot.
But why didn't we do anything about it?
We did not know until we were sick, I suppose.
But he saw no. But he saw something, right? So why didn't we just deal with it there?
I do not know. It was a void creature, no less. So this was something that Train and I have experience in. So perhaps that is a conversation you should have with the reason, but nothing came of this. He is in the room next to yours. You could knock on the wall like I did just now and talk to him, perhaps.
I have not met him.
I think he's all the way at the
Debbie
other
doesn't know
end.
that.
I don't
Debbie's in
think Zevi goes to
quarantine, bro.
people's rooms. People come to Zevi's room.
We've got a fucking pandemic going on. Zevi's been in quarantine for a week at this point, I think. So like, she doesn't know that Talsh is being quarantined somewhere differently. Also, I would like to note for the floor that Zevi, although not wanted Crane to hear any of this, did connect the call and did just leave it wide open. So we're blaming mind fog for that, because the funniest thing Josh can do is tell me that my mind's a little foggy and
That is true.
and let me play with that.
Should we all, gather around and have a conversation?
I'll tell
I
you
feel
the
like
same thing
this
I
is
just
important.
told Crane. You were here when I said this. The thing you do during a pandemic is you do not have a giant meeting where all the sick people can infect all the healthy people. You are healthy, I am sick. If we were in a room together where I could spit on you, you would get sick.
No, that's what I'm saying is we have a separation between us. Like, all the quarantine people go into one room, and then the people who are not infected are on the other side of the door, and we have a conversation through the door or the wall, like we're doing right now.
You hear her like, I wish you could see her, because she's like thinking about that. Yeah, this may work, but people, they move around, and who knows how long this sickness can last in the air.
But we have the bubbles for that. They can put on their bubbles so that the only air, the infected air that they're breathing out is into their own bubble.
I do not have one of these bubbles.
You should. I've given one to everyone except.
Yeah,
Well,
we used it
I
for
never.
the fucking.
They're not one-time use.
Yeah, they regenerate.
Oh, I didn't know. I deleted mine because I thought they were one-time use.
Well,
Zebby just threw out the bubble. It's just like, it's done now.
Adding it back.
Yeets it out
Thanks
her
for that.
window.
Yeah.
Tossing it in the trash. Thanks for that, Ray.
Can you drag
Oh,
it
yeah.
into her sheet?
I
No,
can't.
I got one. I got it
There you
already.
go.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I do have this bubble that I can put over my head.
And I definitely didn't throw it in the trash.
Like rummaging
As
around
if
through the
I-
trash. Yeah, I got it. That's all right.
Yeah, you definitely hear her, like, opening her closet, like throwing
Rustling
shit
around.
around.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I
yeah.
have found this thing that you made. It was
It's
in my
good for
closet.
about. You should have it on you. It's useful.
It is on me.
I-
I am touching it right now.
Okay. Yeah, at all times, just having it with you when you're traveling around.
Alright, well,
I did.
have you considered that I am blind and it is hard to, like, rummage through a bag with things in it?
Oh, here comes the I'm blind card.
Oh, the I'm
Disabled
blind card. What a
Sorry.
sentence.
My bad.
Oh, here
Have
comes
you-
the blind excuse.
Have you considered that I'm insensitive and I forget that you're blind?
No, I have not. I witness it all the time, actually. Now that you've mentioned that.
Okay.
Not a single one of you tells me where the enemies are in battle when they are far away, and it is very complicated for me.
That's a lie.
Most of the time, I end up running in a random direction, hoping that there are enemies there for me to shoot and kill.
Okay, usually I don't need to tell you where the faraway enemies, because they're probably dead.
I have seen your shooting skills. This is not always true.
Ooh.
Sorry, I did not mean this.
Wait a minute, you didn't see their shooting skills.
I have heard your shooting skills. I hear a great many metal ricochets when you shoot your arrows. Sometimes I hear them on pavement. It is weird.
He said,
The
"I'm
ground is
sorry,"
not
and then doubled down.
You know what? Just because I want this to be
curious as to what that charisma check is for.
keeping composure, I'm assuming.
You'd hear her voice not in the room anymore. If it's quieter, quieter and further down the hallway. Call out, I'm going to go look for the others and tell them that we're going to have a conversation.
Perhaps you should not leave your room in anger. There is a pandemic around. You do not know if the sick have been wandering the halls.
You know, at this
No
moment, there's
response.
just Lux in his room eating popcorn, and you just hear a little squeak. He's like, "Oh, that was brutal."
She's going to quickly kind of knock on everyone's door and say, okay, we're going to have a meeting. Can we all gather around in... All the non-infected come into my room. All the infected can use a breathing bubble outside of my room, I suppose. And can we talk about what the fuck just happened? And she'll say that to everyone. Or just text that, actually.
Are you still there? Are you
better.
there? Oh. Payne, you heard everything, did you not?
I can pretend like I didn't. If that makes you
That
feel
would be
better.
beneficial for me, yes. I would prefer this, I think.
Well, I got the text from Roycelia. Should I just... I'm guessing the captain's going to be attending this meeting?
I will
Or should I
text
go
him.
notify him?
I'll send. I will text him. I will
Don't worry,
text him, and you.
Do you want me to do it?
Yes, perhaps that is better.
How's Zebby using the phone for texting?
Upside down.
Upside down,
Just a jumble of letters.
It's one of those. This is one of them Braille phones where.
If you are aware, and I'm sorry, but my mental faculties are not as they usually are.
I mean, yeah, I now know why.
I think I am hiding it very well.
Whatever makes you feel better.
If there's video on, it's like pointed at her face, probably upside down. You see her nodding.
Way too close.
Wait.
Crane will just text the captain. Unless, sorry.
Evie will put on her breathing bubble and sit on the floor outside of Racilia's room.
How are you wording the text? I'm just curious.
Who, Ray?
Did Ray already text the captain or just the party? Because if
She
did
would have
text...
texted the captain as well.
Okay, then yeah, then
Oh, okay.
that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Then tell me what this is just like a mass text, like it's just like one text, but to everybody.
Is there a ship group
If-
chat?
There is.
assume
Yeah.
there's a ship group chat.
But then all the no-name people we get the message.
No.
Oh,
There's a close circle group
Oh,
chat,
right.
which is just you guys and the captain.
Oh, so like a cool
Was you
people
fong
group
in it?
chat.
Yeah.
He's
Mr.
the one
Beast
who made
official.
it.
Sorry, wait, no, I shouldn't.
Group chat called PC privilege.
PC privilege.
Wait,
TCP, let's go.
Oh man.
speaking of which, Josh, where is Jufong in all of this?
Jufong would have been
Actually,
get
that's a good
sick?
question. Did he get sick?
He-
You know what?
I'm
No,
asking
the
if he
simulation
can.
He got. I'm gonna. Oh wait, he's.
Gosh, we already talked about this.
Yeah,
He
he's
can't
a-
get sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Never mind. Yeah, never mind.
Also, he has free real estate.
It's free real estate.
If we make simulacrums of everyone, then we're fine.
Yeah, then when they die of disease, we
You
get
know what?
copies of
You know
it.
what? I'm gonna say that Zevi, he's currently asleep in your room.
Probably not. I've just been screaming through the fucking.
I'm gonna say
It's-
that he's rubbing his eyes. He's going, I'm sorry. What's going on?
Me. She leaves the room and sits on the floor outside.
I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong? Is everything all right? He's gonna like stand up slowly and begin to walk over to her.
Where have you been? I
Recharging. Or whatever it is we simulacrums do. In feign of
feel like
sleeping.
of all people, I feel like of all people you would know this. No?
Well,
So put on
I'm sure
her
the
breathing bubble.
I'm sure the real me has a better idea than the current me.
We have a group meeting. It is time to meet as a group. And she.
He's gonna tilt his head and go, "Yeah, is that what we're doing today?"
Yes. Do you think you can get affected by mind fire?
No, I do not.
You do not think, or like
I
your
am
response was
sure that I
unclear.
cannot be I cannot be affected by this mind fire. No.
Okay, then you do not need a breathing bubble. It is time to meet as a group now. You are saying a lot of words and not getting up from where you sleep. Come on.
No, he walked over to you at this point.
Oh. She'll say that anyway.
So simulacrum still need to breathe, so I imagine he's still outside of the room.
Yeah. He'll be outside of the room. He'll just He's just observing, listening along for now.
She'll sit on the floor waiting
Oh
for
no,
them
does Crane not have one?
A bubble?
No, when would she ever?
Yeah,
it's fair.
Crane wouldn't have a bubble.
Was not around.
The only reason Lux has one is he took it off fucking Ares' character's core. It's like, literally, that's what happened.
Sweet.
Oh, sick!
Free loot.
looting dead people.
Yeah.
Did he take it off of Ares' character's corpse before or after Zevi possessed the corpse?
Just probably after, but he just picked it up because that's why we had the extra due to that.
Yeah, Ray never
Wait,
managed
why is
to.
Raycilia also talking in all caps?
Because it's urgent.
No, I know. It's just funny. I like that this is a bit that's happening. Sorry. Okay.
Boy, everybody seems to be really excited and shouting today for some reason. Lux is reading the text. It's almost like they're. Oh.
I was gonna say, I love that Lux is getting his daytime television in.
Yeah, no, like he listened to everything that just happened through frickin' Gorgonzola's eyes. Like he's just been wandering around the entire ship with Gorgonzola, looking for interesting things.
I love how Zevi's mind fog is having her repeat the same word 3 times in the same sentence. It's fucking sick.
Ray will bring the spare breathing bubble to Crane.
Do we have a spare?
Yeah, she made one for Lux, but never actually got around to giving.
Did you? I thought you never made one for Lux because he never gave you the money for it.
Well, she made no. Well, basically, she was making
Zevi.
one for Lux anyways, but then
because of Ares.
she didn't have the money.
Yeah.
And then because she saw you using it and taking it from Ares, she was like, "Well, I guess I have a spare now."
Okay.
Um,
Well, Zivy gave you the money for Heath for Lexus.
oh, it's
I might
fine.
be misremembering though.
She would, as she gives the well, she'll teleport twice because. Oh, fuck. What happens, DM? As she
Oh, is
tries
this
to
your?
teleport. Yeah, she tries to teleport.
Oh,
Because this is the first teleport out of her room, and the second teleport is to in Crane's room.
well, let me break out my teleportation mishaps table.
They're just outside the ship. It is literally just the imposter symptom. They're just floating past.
All right there, Acelia. I need you to roll me a D100, please.
That's gotta be good, right? It's in the middle, roughly.
Neither good nor bad. Should be
Yeah, it
so-so.
can't be super bad.
58. Okay.
Oh, that's the worst one. 58.
Ray dies instantly, man. That's,
As I said, they teleport outside
That's
the ship.
crazy.
We just see them floating in space past us.
at least they got the bubble. They can
For an
astral
hour.
hitchhike. They can astral hitchhike.
Nobody notices.
Actually-
Where'd Raycelia go?
She has two
Oh, wow.
bubbles.
I got 2 hours of life. Yay! Uh,
Josh is putting in some reading hours.
it sounds like a bad one just based
It
off that.
sounds like a funny one, at least.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Where'd you teleport to?
Into Crane's room.
Crane's room's. Yeah, that's the one next to Lux, isn't it? Because Crane took over
Yeah.
Ares' old
Okay.
room.
So you teleport into Crane's room? Oh my god. Okay. Okay, so Crane?
Can you drag me in there?
Yeah, you got the game paused, by the way. We can't move our tokens.
Can you drag me in there?
Yeah, I can drag you in there.
Thanks.
Give me a second. Let me
I already don't remember where it's supposed to be.
up here.
Top.
Oh, I will GM ping if it'll let me. Oh, it will
No,
not let
do
me.
it for
Never mind,
me.
paste.
Do it for me.
Yeah? Do
Yes,
it for you?
please.
Let me do it for you. Where the fuck is your token?
At the front.
Oh, yeah, you sure are over there, aren't you? Okay, hold on.
Yippee!
Alright, slingshot. Oh, well, hold on. That's apparently through a wall. There we go. Whee!
Yeah, it would be. There she goes.
There she goes.
There
Yeah,
she
That's
goes.
strong.
Oh.
Again. Just right past Lux is the word. What?
Catastrophic structural damage to the hull.
Okay, so the first thing
Which
I'm
one's
gonna
leader?
do, the first thing that I'm gonna do here, Racelia, is I'm gonna snip this, you know, just for transparency's sake, and then I'm going to slowly narrate how this happens. All right, hello, General Chat. Here we go.
The Mitchell Tavern. It appears next to you. It lasts for 7 days, then teleports elsewhere.
So, Racelia, actually, no, first, Crane, there is a huge flash of light, in your room, and, you notice that there's a bit of reformatting as there is suddenly a bar like in your room now, and you see a big a small gnomish man with a massive handlebar mustache that reaches down to like his mid chest, and he's wearing spectacles, and he was currently polishing a glass, and you see that his eyes are wide, and he's like looking around, and Ray, you pop in right next to him. Excuse me. Where am I?
Oh man, it's a time traveling mind fire ship now.
Wait, so has this basically destroyed like this portion of the wall?
You know what?
This is like, yeah, this is like just smack.
Room is next door?
Lux would be in here now. He's just looking at the zone.
Lux, busting through the other side of your wall, you hear as the wall just explodes out, and you see like a bunch of like patrons like with glasses just spill their beer all over the place.
Wait, so what about the exterior wall? Is that fine? Or
That one's fine. That one's fine. I'll say that the exterior walls are stronger than the integrity of the inn, so anything that was meant to like press up against there, that instead is obliterated.
So someone was there and just died.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, I'm going to point this out. What are the odds are that this just destroyed the quarantine? Like, if you're saying walls are exploding.
Maybe for this portion of the ship a little. Maybe.
I mean,
Look, okay, this is
sick
probably
on this side. Like...
This is probably one of the worst ones to get for this particular situation.
In any other situation, a 58 wouldn't have been too bad.
Middle of combat would have been hilarious, as all of a sudden we're in a tavern during the fight, but on the middle of our ship.
Enclosed spaces are not the best place to be teleporting, I've gathered.
Nah, it's fine.
That's fine. Okay, so, all of a sudden, on the intercom, by the way, everyone in their rooms, Crane, yours is destroyed, but everybody else, you hear the captain from the ship go, "What was that? Is everything all right? What happened?"
Apparently we've got... What's your name, by the way? He just goes up to a random customer.
My name is Dendrick.
Well, apparently Dendrick and a bunch of people have boarded the ship, Captain, and, I'm gonna need a new bed.
What do you mean, boarded the ship? What happened?
Oh, you're not like space pirates or anything, right?
Well, that's reassuring, but what happened?
Where were you?
By the way, at this point, Lux just looks over at Crane and Rasilia just starts waving to them through his now destroyed wall.
Crane will wave back.
Ray's just got the breathing bubble, like, halfway, like, one's on her head, the other one's, like, handing it to Crane.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Big fan of the idea of all the infected people standing outside of your door, seeing you teleport, and then hearing a massive crashing sound.
You know what? Lux
instantly away.
Just because Lux, mine is always on his stomach, he will kind of turn over to the person and goes, "I don't suppose you have brought food with you when you boarded our ship, did you?"
He looks over at the ground where like the various tables that have now been splintered apart have kind of landed, and he reaches over and there's like a loaf of bread and some chicken on the ground. And he's like, "You want some floor chicken?"
Oh, that's good. I'm more worried about the fact that I think we don't have enough supplies to feed any more people.
Oh. Again, where are we?
Oh, you're in the middle of space, flying through going to another planet. It's real neat.
What is space?
It's not out there. He just points out the window.
So, I already kind of like framed this as like a non-spacefaring society that got brought here.
I know.
So, I don't know if they can comprehend exactly what he's looking at.
Oh, it's kind of, you know, the sky, right?
Yeah.
It's like that, but more of it, and there's no bottom.
Oh.
Where are you guys from?
The halfling with the large handlebar mustache is gonna like, after he catches his bearings and like looks around and like checks to see if his like his upper register of like precious like alcohol survived. It didn't, by the way. It got blown out the back. Into Lux's room.
Can I
He
say
then
Lux
kind of,
caught one of the bottles?
Sure, you have a high enough passive dexterity. You were able to catch one before the rest of them fell backwards, shattered on the ground. I said, we come from the town of Luxbury.
Hey, did you hear that? There's a town named after me.
Okay, let me just quickly give you the rundown. Our ship is currently infected with a brain-eating disease.
A what?
Oh yeah,
are
it's
we?
nasty stuff.
Look,
Why
I'm gonna need...
did you bring us here?
I don't...
Why would you bring us here?
That's a good question, Vasilia. Why did you bring?
I
Was
didn't
the
do
remodeling
anything.
necessary?
I didn't mean to do it. I don't know what I did. Look, I'm gonna need all of you to quarantine yourselves into this room for the meantime. Please don't
What's a
leave, otherwise...
quarantine?
You're not allowed to leave because if you leave, you might get sick and die.
Yeah, basically, if you don't want to get sick and die, stay in these rooms. Don't leave out into the corridor. We're gonna have a meeting. And
Can we just
then...
lock them in here?
This meeting just got a lot more complicated, Mr. Celia.
Yeah, we're just gonna have the meeting first. Okay, please stay here. We're gonna go.
As Lux is
Don't
leaving
leave.
the room, he kind of looks at the bartender and he goes, "Don't touch my potatoes," and he does like the eye thing at him.
I'll try.
I've counted them. I know how many are there.
How many people did she bring into the now conjoined rooms?
Hold on, I'm gonna roll for that.
What's galactic standard time in conversion to
20. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god!
20
People?
20.
20
What did you
people?
roll?
Did you roll D20?
3d12.
That's a lot. That's a lot of people. 25
so many
people.
people!
That's
That's a lot of people
That's-
to have.
with the fucking
Okay,
wall
you
around.
know what?
actually
You know
that's
what?
not
Wait,
that
wait,
many. A tavern can hold up to like 100 people depending on the
Yeah, but
tavern.
the rooms are...
I know. We just
small
got like a
area.
filled. Like that's it. We're corner to
Act
corner.
in.
Is it just like the space of our two rooms, or is it like the wall here, like as well? Like, are
No,
these
no,
all
no, no.
gone?
It's no. It's
Josh
just
is
these.
square,
It's just
Josh.
this wall here.
Josh is square.
Square. Oh, okay, yeah. These two rooms actually might be fucked. Now that I think about it.
I think this room here, whoever's here is probably fucked as well. To be honest.
I don't think anyone's in that room, so
I think that room's unoccupied.
Is
yeah,
it?
let's go.
Fantastic. Let's see. Whose
Okay.
room is this?
So did 3 rooms get fucking obliterated into a tavern?
Hey, this door's locked. Fascinating.
It's,
It's no longer.
I'm gonna say that room is no longer locked.
Okay. But this wall is still fine, right? Is this... Or no?
No.
No.
I thought
So-
about it a bit more.
So
no.
it's just this fucking...
Yeah,
Hallway.
yeah. Essentially, yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Just for the sake of so we have a visual representation of what we need to fix when we land. Someone should probably draw that.
Yeah, hold on. I got you. One sec.
I was going to, but I don't think we have the drawing tool.
I don't think so either.
No.
I can't believe we
Oh,
renovated.
polygon. I think that's the closest thing I could do.
Probably works.
We'll
Just
do
just make a
this,
rectangle. Yeah, just a.
this.
On the way.
There we go. Yeah, all that's toast. It's about the right size for a tavern too. That makes sense.
It's a very long tavern.
Yeah, well, there'd be
There
more
we
of
go.
it if it wasn't for the
Yeah, no,
rest of the
I
ship.
guess half of it was like.
Okay, well, there you go.
Everybody stay here. Don't panic. We'll be back when we're back. Here. This might help him. He's going to hand him the one bottle he saved.
He's gonna take it off your hands. At least the Crown Neptune survives. He says he slowly sets it on the edge of his bar. Oh, what a fucking session, everybody, so far. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Well, at least you don't have to worry about not having material now.
No, I certainly don't. I certainly do not. Oh, by the way, everybody on the ship heard the explosion. I think it's kind of hard to avoid an in being teleported into a ship. So, Zevi, you heard it. Everybody else on the other end of the ship, Talsh, you heard it from inside the medical quarantine zone. Yeah.
I just realized. Imagine how much worse this would have been if this happened though when they teleported out of their room first. Because then it would have got Zevi's room, and the quarantine den would have been toast. We're lucky that it took out the 2 rooms with people who are healthy.
Yeah. All things considered, it could have been worse.
Mm-hmm.
It's not ideal,
anyway.
but
I mean, it's still pretty bad. I don't think we have enough food. We're going to have to resort to cannibalism. Zevi might not be the only one eating bodies at the end of this.
Look, they're only there. Look, they would have teleported in with their own food. It's a tavern.
It got cut off.
No!
then we'll just lock them in there.
They're only here for 7 days, half the trip. Oh, God.
Oh God.
They brought enough food for meals for one.
Yeah.
They got themselves covered for the day.
There's floor chicken. They can split it between the 25 of them.
I'm here for the meeting. Is there going to be a meeting? We're on the way.
We don't have to worry about food.
Damage control.
I'm a cleric.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, you can feed these people.
I'm gonna
at least.
message as Strufog. And now I'm gonna add to the bit of being in all caps.
Why is everyone yelling?
What the fuck was that?
It's over. Did you send that GIF in the group chat? Yeah. Did you know there's a named after
Atlas canonically sent that GIF.
Nice.
Hey, that GIF.
In all caps is so funny.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. So, in the meantime, I assume that the meeting is still happening. Oh, by the way, I want everybody to know, Captain is barreling towards the meeting site right now. He is like, he's normally like, he looks like House on a mission right now with like his little cane. And he's just like, he is in a breakneck like fast walking pace, limping like through the ship, trying to get to the meeting room as fast as possible to figure out what the fuck just happened.
Watch out, guys. He's going to diagnose you with lupus.
So if the captain has. Space lupus.
Space lupus.
Space lupus. It's never space lupus. Okay, so he's gonna round the corner and go, Zevi, darling, do you know what the fuck is going on by any chance? Because I'm losing my mind here.
Meeting! It is meeting time! Time for meeting!
Good lord.
I'm
Been
more
for
referring-
5 weeks.
I'm more referring to the explosion.
Oh, that's okay. There's just a tavern now on the ship.
I do not...
Where is he?
I'm gonna move him into the quarantine room.
Okay, well, she'll be at the meeting now
Where
after
is,
hurrying back.
where is it?
South side. I'll ping.
I cannot see.
Oh,
I see.
oh,
Just drag
it's
her
ice.
token.
I'm doing it. Meow. Meow.
Lux got the zoomies.
All the sick people. The debris.
I also think too is like we said we were hitting maximum capacity for the ship as is.
Yeah.
Let me in, what the fuck?
It's not only that, it's like everything's complete now because like they're just a bunch of fucking random people that are gonna get sick and die.
If we keep
Not
them in
if they're
quarantine, we found our. If we keep them in quarantine, we found our replacements.
What quarantine? There's no walls.
I mean, we just
Did the cavern
quarantine.
not come up with its own walls?
I mean, we don't have to be quarantined. The sick people just have to stay in their rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's why it was a good thing Zevi's room didn't explode. Otherwise, this would be way worse.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's how usually how
Yeah,
quarantine works, right? You quarantine the
it
sick
could-
people.
It could literally not get worse. And how's the ship structurally holding up a tavern being placed in the middle of it?
Not a whole tavern.
Just what fit. Unfortunately, the guy probably lost like half of his supplies or better. Just floating out. You know what probably happened is it's one of those cases where it teleport in and we look out and the ship, like half the tavern just floating away in space is what I imagine at this point.
What if there were people there?
Just probably.
There aren't anymore.
They were
Oh, well.
there. Oh, well, that's cheaper than divorce.
Atlas shows up. So I just avoided a building that just showed up.
Like a
kinda strange.
structure?
Yes. I don't know where it came from.
Oh,
Okay,
Ray
so,
Celia
like-
brought it in somehow.
Excuse me,
Long story
what?
short, I teleported in. The whole tavern teleported in. Okay, so that's what happened. Anyways, we're gonna talk about the disease now, and not about I just did.
No. We're not going to skip past that.
Lexus
Well,
goes
No
over.
more. Repeat after me, Rasilia. I will no longer teleport on this ship.
Is that the worst thing that could have happened?
Probably not. I'm waiting.
So, we're going to talk about the disease.
Why did you teleport on the ship?
Because I've done it before multiple times, and
Because she is.
Are your legs broken?
no.
because
Then
she
use
is
them.
lazy? Have you considered, Atlas, that she is lazy?
Yes, I have. And now I'm telling her no more teleporting on the ship.
Okay.
Surely it could have been worse.
Please enlighten me as to how that could be worse.
No one died.
Who taverns?
That you
That we
know
know
of.
You know,
The other half of the ship is slowly floating off into the depths of space.
the other half of the tavern's just there.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah. We didn't know those people. It doesn't count.
We don't know that someone died.
Oh, by the way,
Rodica's tavern.
Lux is gonna Cobra. Oh, by the way, Crane. Guess what?
Mhm.
We're roommates now.
Oh yeah! Room buddies.
How many people came with this damn tavern?
About 25.
Excuse me? 25?
They all were really shocked and surprised.
You counted that fast.
I got really good eyes for it. You have to know how to count a bunch of people when you rob them, otherwise you can't get away as easy.
Right, of course.
Actually, you know what? Can I do one thing, actually? Josh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Lux, when he was going up the innkeeper, out of habit, he would have picked his pocket.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Surely this won't go wrong.
$18. Yeah, it beats his passive perception.
I
You're
know.
able to nab a small coin pouch with 25 gold pieces inside it.
One for each customer. Fantastic. I probably just took his night's profits.
Yep. You sure did.
And Ray
That
took all of
was
his life's
the logic
investments.
behind it.
And
Well,
Ray took the
well,
rest of it, yeah.
It was 1 gold piece per patron. Alrighty, so you see at this point, Dane actually has his head in his hands. He's actually like in the midst of like a panic attack, and then kind of just like, okay. All right, we
We
need a bit
throw
more
the
fucking
people
lore
off-
around here.
If we throw the people off the ship, then we do not have to worry about them.
They
We're
didn't
not
ask for
throwing
anything.
random people off the ship.
Then someone will have died. Currently, no one has
Sorry.
that we know of.
Look, they didn't ask for this. We'll just take them
No,
with us for
but
now.
they are here and they are away from their homes, their families, because somebody cannot control impulses to run away when, you know.
But they didn't ask for it, so I'm not throwing them off the ship. We'll keep them with us until we find the next hospitable planet or until something else happens. And,
How many overcapacity does this put us? 20?
This puts us about 20 over, yeah.
Is that
We'll have
gonna
to check and
slow
see if
the
they-
ship down or run out of air or
In terms of air and oxygen supply, we should be fine. We've been keeping reservoirs from each planet with hospitable air that we've been able to dock at. In terms of food and supplies, they're gonna have to make do with what they have. We'll try to share what we can, but we need to spread it out for our
No, I can deal with that part.
Okay. In the meantime,
The bigger problem is if any of them get infected.
yes, that is.
We won't have the
Certainly
room
not
for that big of a quarantine unless we start throwing people on the 3rd floor.
Ooh, like make the training facility a sort of like quarantine section.
That is
No,
true.
that's the top floor, the 3rd floor. Below deck.
Wait, if it's below deck, isn't that 1st floor?
No. Still the 3rd floor.
Lux just
Sounds like
kind of
up
looks
or
up
down.
confused.
Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so apparently they're like everything started when they saw a huge, hideous monster. Though, like, maybe we should talk about that.
A hideous monster? Explain.
Some creature of the void, I believe. They were using it to combat a plague that had been spreading across the realm.
If that's even true.
What words did you use to describe this?
Which one of us?
You, Tosh.
Some kind of void creature.
No, you used an adjective.
I do not recall.
Interesting.
Fran, you're pretty savvy. Did you happen to get an image of this creature?
Oh yeah, I did actually.
Ooh, let me see. Lexi starts on his tippy toes looking over her shoulder.
Yeah, she'll show looks first. She'll just send it in the group chat. Alright, let me get this straight. Me and Tolls went to investigate this group of people who have rumors surrounding them that they are known to spread diseases to people in places they have come in contact with. We find a lab that looks a bit suspicious, in which they keep and experiment on, harvest from, this unknown void creature. At that point, they should not have known I was in there. And I would like...
Ooh, 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 ooh. Lex raises his hand. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Not now, Lex.
But I just want to know if the void creature saw him.
It might have.
Did you touch it?
No. It was contained. It looked at me, or through me, and it spoke to me. But it was supposed to be unconscious, according to the researchers.
Have you ever seen a creature like this, Josh?
A creature like the one encountered?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Roll me a history check at advantage. Oh.
What do you
That one is
roll?
private, I cannot see. I can't see that one either. I think it was a self roll. 15. Ellis, you actually do kind of recognize something like this before. Obviously it doesn't look exactly like the one that you're seeing here, but you've seen creatures that kind of resemble this, where it's like an amalgamated collection of just flesh and body parts. You and your culture never really had never learned like the actual name for what these are. But you and your fellow soldiers referred to them as plague bearers. Pretty much living bioweapons that are like hot dropped from their vessels planet side, and they would, upon impact, completely corrupt an area.
Oh, fantastic. Children of Nurgle, that's all we need.
Atlas looks at this image. Haven't seen one exactly like this, but back home, when we fought these creatures that were similar, we called them plague bearers. They would spew nasty, nasty diseases. Some that would melt the flesh off your bones.
Core! That sounds neat.
Well, it was contained.
So
The worst one.
To put it into
the worst one I saw turn their bones to rubber.
Oh God. Atlas. The worst plague bearer that you all encountered on Minatos, you've encountered 3. Each one was something that you, or rather that the Minadosan armies had to deal with like immediately to keep them contained. The worst one that you all encountered was about 7 to 8 feet tall. The one in the chamber that you saw, Crane, looked to be about maybe somewhere in the ballpark of 20 to 23 feet in height.
Of course. Why wouldn't it be?
Of course, it's the largest known, right?
Yeah, of course.
They probably cultivated the fucking thing.
Atlas, you are not trying to imply that this creature is the reason we are sick, are you?
Well, if it was contained, I wouldn't imagine the creature itself is capable of doing such a thing, but this plague that is on the ship is a bit different than any of the ones that we've dealt with. Most of the ones that I dealt with back in the day.
I got a question. If
Hmm.
they said it was contained, but they also said it wasn't conscious, but it spoke to it spoke to Crane. And this is like
Yes.
a mind disease thing. Is there a chance that's related?
No.
It was supposed to be unconscious.
I don't think I've ever heard of a creature giving a disease with just a look.
Blaming this creature for this disease is stupid, and I will not hear it because I do not have the capacity. I need to be the stupidest person in this room right now.
I'm not saying the
Yeah,
creature necessarily did it, but I mean, maybe they cultivated the disease from the creature?
We are here because I have information, but if you keep saying stupid things, I cannot say this information.
Could I
Well,
just
then say
ask-
it.
Go ahead, cut.
Yeah, before we jump to blaming this thing, I'd like Tolsh to explain what happened on his side when we were investigating. Because you implied that you threatened one of them, if I remember correctly.
Eric, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
Well, I was
Can
following
you-
along. Pardon?
Sorry, can you just walk us through absolutely everything that happened on your side and Crane's side? From the moment you stepped on the ship to when you left.
Well, we stepped through the decontamination. We met the first individuals, asked for a tour. And at that point, me and Crane separated. I followed along in a tour behind the Dr. Brand. At which point, upon reaching the second classification of quarantine zones, I received a message from Crane that involved this creature and that they were starting to see things. So, I demanded from the Dr. Bland to go and see this creature.
You did what?
Pardon?
You did what?
Demanded to see the creature.
Is that why
So-
you went in?
So that just so that I understand, because in my mind it escapes me a little bit. You are on a ship full of people. Rain is hidden away from other people, and you risk her life and yours by making the bold and stupid decision to threaten the men in charge? Just so that I'm clear.
I made a decision to make sure that she was not in danger, yes.
I used adjectives. Use bold and stupid when you talk about this decision you made.
We have cell phones. We were literally texting during the investigation.
So you received a text from Crane
That
with
showed
the
an image
of
of
this
the creature and information that said that she was seeing things that could possibly be detecting her. Yes.
And then
I-
you demanded to see this creature.
I'm pretty sure I literally said there's some freaky shit going on, man. Like in the text. That was like the quote that I said. I don't think I
Well,
specified.
you can pull up the text message and it's there. We can see exactly what you said.
I would have to go check the VOD because I don't remember. We don't have the text.
I recall it was around the line of like, I'm seeing freaky shit because you were hallucinating at the time.
Yeah, but I didn't know I was hallucinating.
I
That's why
know,
just
but
said there
that's
was some
why you saying you were freaky
going
shit.
on.
Yeah, like, but he didn't know you were hallucinating either, so he might have assumed you were in trouble.
But I didn't say I was seeing anything specific, I don't think. I can like... Hold on. Well, time to go check it. Oh my god, hold on.
Regardless, I assumed that she was in danger.
So you solve her being in danger by putting her in more danger and risking all of us in the process? This plague is because of you. The information that the spirits granted me said that this sickness is because they knew that you saw their secret. This, in essence, is your fault.
Then I shall take the blame, as I am. Do not. I'm also going to work to try to save as many lives as we can until we get to the position we can cure them.
Perfect. You start a plague and then yourself on the back for tending to the ill, just like a worshipper of Veta.
Enjoy your meeting.
I mean, Mom, there's... Worst part is you two are in the hallway facing each other. You're like, we can't see what you two are looking at.
DM.
Hmm.
What do I know of Beta? And there's also when Ray was doing like religion training that she never got to finish, but
Okay, so Veta, is basically the goddess of pestilence and disease. She
Would-
essentially... No, go on.
I just want to know actually, basically, would she start diseases and stuff just to cure them? Like, is that...
Not necessarily, no.
Look, I don't think Talsh is, or even Veta, from my knowledge of what I've learned about Veta, is that they would start something just to cure it themselves and be considered the heroes. I'm not going to excuse the rest of it, but I feel like that's a little unfair.
Who will die because of his actions? That is unfair. People who have done nothing wrong will die because of his actions. That
I'm
is
not
unfair.
Me and Mom, but
excusing that.
One of my brethren sits aboard this ship as a fucking guinea pig for their experiments, so that they can bear plagues. That is unfair.
Mom, I think the real issue is just why weren't we... why didn't either of you mention this to us when you got back?
That was my decision.
I mean,
We were leaving the system anyway. I did not imagine that we were going to take on an entire fleet of individuals. And then more important things came up, such as the quarantine happening.
Well, I mean, if you let us know that before we even left the system, maybe we could have stayed and done something about it, if possible. Maybe not within our own hands, but I don't know where else there was another ship, was there not? On the planet itself, we could have informed someone.
I grabbed the thingy from the VOD, the messages.
Oh shit.
I forgot I actually loaded that VOD up, so I'm like, God, did I load that one?
Yeah, you did, because I asked you to, I think.
No, that's right, yeah.
So that was all that was exchanged between them, essentially.
Look, so what's the plan? We're working overtime to make sure everyone remains alive, and until we get to the next system.
That was my intention.
So, of course, assuming somebody in the next system is capable of dealing with this.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how they infected the two of you. There's several points in which this could have happened. My first thought is the decontamination process.
What I got from the spirits were the exact wording as followed. But do you know the spirits, they can be fickle. Conspirators lurk behind the scenes, secrets unveiled caused panic and discord. A plague unleashed to cover up atrocity, all in the name of scientific discovery.
Did either of you touch anybody while you were on this ship? Anyone at all?
I think when we entered, and then after we left, some couple came up to us and shook our hands.
Why did they shake your hands?
They wanted
To
to
kill
talk to
them, more
Tal.
than likely.
I mean, they were under the excuse of wanting to talk to Tal.
Yeah, but for what?
Because of my devotion to
Probably.
Beta.
Probably because he threatened their boss.
I know that what is probably the reason why they did it, but what was their excuse?
Because of my devotion to Beta.
Was that the only person either of you touched? Or anybody else?
I recall not another soul.
I don't know if we shook hands with Dr. Brand when we entered, but
I mean,
think we...
No.
No?
How is it that you demanded to see this top secret wing? Had you done that on Minidos at one of our military facilities, they would have shot you right then and there.
I asked him while he was alone.
You asked him while the two of you were alone.
Correct.
Did you physically threaten him?
I did not lay a hand on him.
Did he lay a hand on you?
Not at all.
So then we're looking at two different points. Although I suppose how you got infected is moot at this point.
Yeah.
That probably doesn't help anything.
What do we know about this mind fire virus anyway?
It has severed my connection to Vatharia.
What?
It has severed my connection to Vatharia. Are you hard of hearing?
No, I
Sorry.
heard you.
It made you lose your connection to your pa.
Lux, please, I do not have the patience today.
So strong enough to sever your connection with your goddess, in which both of you
In which
inhabit
she-
the same body.
Yes, she lives in my body and now she is not here. I no longer feel her presence, and it has been a great many years where and as it turns out I do not like who I am without her. I do not like who Tausch is either. She's like rubbing her the bubble where her temple is.
I see why Veta made her choice originally.
You what?
I said I see why Veta made her choice originally.
Ah, yes, you would prefer a world where all void creatures are killed. You might as well take a blade to me and Craner while we sleep.
Look, can
You are
we
so
not do this?
disgusted by us. If you wish us all to die,
Stop.
this is what he is saying, though. If someone came aboard the ship and said, I want to kill all women with white hair, you would be upset. No?
That's not the point.
I don't even know that she has white hair. I was just trying to think of another fucking example. That's not canon. All women with pointy ears is what she actually said.
All elves. Just say elves.
All elves, you would not be upset? He is talking about the genocide of my people. And speaking of it positively.
While Atlas over here just like, well, I mean, the void creatures killed 99.9% of my people.
Yeah, just...
We barely made it out of that one.
Yeah, our bad.
Nah, he doesn't blame either of you for that. But
this was just going on in his head. It's like,
If you think this is true, if you truly believe your own words, Tausch, you will slit my throat while I sleep. And you better do it while I sleep too, otherwise we'll see who makes it out.
alright, don't make me have to throw anybody in the brig. Haven't had to use it yet. Don't want to use it.
What's the brig?
the prison.
Prison.
Boat jail.
Prison on the ship.
Boat
Ah,
jail.
okay.
Boat jail.
Boat jail.
Oh,
Boat
right,
jail.
of course.
Perhaps this is the only way Crane and I could be safe from the desired genocide of our people.
Okay. Well. First, we need to figure out a plan of action to deal with this virus and prevent further spread since we have an additional 25 souls on board of the ship, whom Racilia somehow brought. I don't know what you did when you teleported. I guess we should be glad it was that and not half the ship getting disintegrated or joining us to the plane of fire or something ridiculous like that.
Ray just kind of looks down, doesn't say anything.
And I will be completely honest with every single one of you so far. I might not be the most wise man in the galaxy or the universe, but I have a lot riding on this trip. I have to find a new home for my entire species, and a lot of you have been fucking around way too much. I knew what I signed up for when I joined this mission. The captain knows what he signed up for when he joined this mission. We don't know why you all signed up exactly until you joined the mission. But this doing random shit, running off into the woods on a jungle planet, fighting T-Rexes, teleporting in the ship, taking on curses of other people.
Do not lump me into this, not right now.
I'm going to.
I take on the curses of people because I can handle them. I do it for the betterment of other people, and that is a decision that I made, and I will not hear anything about it. Not today.
I mean, to be fair, never mind.
You can give them shit for the risks that they pull, but I know what I'm doing.
Very well, if you know what you're doing, by all means continue to do it, but point is, I'm the vanguard of my people, here to find a place for us to live, because our planet, we're fucked. There's only a couple 100,000 of us left. The more of us that die, the greater the chance that my kind will never see life again. I think that's a pretty reasonable thing to do. So if we could all just think before we start doing crazy shit, that's all I ask for.
Now I am even more insulted that you wanted to lump me in with this. But it is
Look,
fine, I will calm down.
I'm sorry. That's never happened before, so I didn't think a whole tavern would fucking teleport into the fucking ship. I'm sorry.
I will accept your apology. Just please avoid doing it in the future.
I will.
When we're not on the ship, teleport all you want. But I think the point here is actions have consequences that affect more than just one person.
It's only ever affected me before.
Ray, I do not believe he is directly speaking about what you have done.
I know he's not speaking. I'm just saying.
I can't say I expected any of this to happen, but I'm fine taking partial blame for it since I was also involved in it.
Look, part of me thought that maybe in teleporting around, I by chance might have seen something that could have helped. It's helped before. I thought I could help now. Arguably, all I did was make it worse.
Been studying this virus?
I've tried to.
What have you learned?
Well, I don't think it's curable from whatever magic that we're capable of. It affects the mind until it completely deteriorates. From what I've gathered, we're able to stave it off for... The calculations were that... I forget, but was everyone able to live by the time we get to the next system?
I couldn't figure out how long.
I think. Okay, because what was it? It was it was 5 points of lay on hands per person.
Yeah, I can do it 17 times. I've already done that.
Yeah, you can do it
I
17
can prolong
times,
it
and that
17
lasted
times.
2 days per person, correct? It was 2 days?
I don't know, because that was never the time frame given.
I think it was something like that when you did it to yourself, but I can't be positive. Josh, you remember?
From what I remember, I think the first wave of people that got infected would start to like basically enter the point where they're gonna either go catatonic or start dying by the time you get there. Start.
Well-
Not like completely, but start.
But that was under
We
the
all-
original timeline, though.
That was the original timeline.
Yeah, because we have more.
Because
You have 10 more
now
days.
we've extended by 10 days.
Yeah, because of faculties on the ship not being operational. I forgot about
Well,
that.
on the plus side, we can
But-
train
okay.
25 extra crew members to make up space.
They're only here for 7 days, but I guess we don't know that.
Well, we don't know that, but I mean, that's 7 days of extra time. That might actually make some difference.
We also have 5 lesser restorations per cleric, which do functionally the same thing of staving off disease.
Except Nano's going to
well-
need to use 2 create food and water to feed our new people, so...
But that's first level, I'm pretty sure.
No,
Create food and water
it's
is
third
third
No,
level.
that is,
Yeah,
that's the 3rd level. Jesus
yeah.
Christ, what?
Yeah.
Purify
you're
food
thinking,
and water first.
You're thinking create, destroy water,
Yeah,
and then
Okay.
purify food and drink.
yeah, but
Yeah,
the
okay.
create food and water, he's going to have to do it every day to feed those 25 people because it takes 1 casting feeds
Okay.
15 people.
So we have an additional 8. How does Channel the Divinity work with restoring spell slots again? I have to double check.
So, right now, we can get 25 people a day with those spells.
No high your proficiency bonus rounded up. Number of times you can use this is
Just
once.
once.
So 10. We can get 10, so 27.
27 people a day can be
How staved off?
staved off.
Half of the ship is currently infected.
How
Ship's
many?
overall crew is roughly 120, if I remember correctly.
So we have
So-
no chance of we can basically stagger it to fend off the worst of it and see what can happen. Yeah.
But we're basically pushing it.
Yeah. But with the 25 extra people, we have enough crew though that for the next 7 days to be traveling at full speed again with those people. We'll just have to train them basics, but you know, basics is better than nothing. So that'll keep us moving faster. So look, silver lining to teleporting in on the ship.
I think the math worked out because I was doing it for 100 with just my 17. It worked out to where about a third of the people died, but that was also before the extra 10 days.
Well, how
just a third,
fast?
you know?
How fast do we speed up the if we train the crew? Well, the 25 as fast as we can.
Maybe
for the
4 days, 5 days at most, because it's going to take a day or two for them to like get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but 5 days is still that cuts the 10 in half. So there's 5 days as opposed to 10 days. That's a vast improvement, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Like that
That's-
cuts
I
the
think-
bad time in half.
With the extra, whatever they're called, lesser restorations, I think that might put it back in the same time frame,
So one last
same estimates.
same estimates. So one last question:
Hmm.
Are ships able to because there is a way usually with a lot of planes and ships that if you can overheat the engines where you will destroy the ship's engines but you'll get there faster but you won't have a ship by the time you get there. Is that an option we're willing to look at?
That's very risky.
I know it's risky, but it's why I'm putting out as an option.
It
Not
is-
let's do it.
It is technically an option.
Yeah.
I do run off of the rules for Sorry, I do run off the rules for Spelljammer, so you can't overexhaust the ship. However, yeah, it will be inoperable, and you'll need to either do a full repair or get a new ship entirely.
I mean, we were all
Which-
talking about
and-
getting a new ship, but yeah.
Can Ray, since there's fuck all we can do to actually help with the disease, can she work on accelerating the speed of the ship?
Or at
Do
least, like,
maintenance.
work the engine so, like, if we burn
Yeah.
it faster, we won't destroy the ship as quickly?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, you can work on that if you want. If you want to spend time doing that, you can.
That's what she will do.
Okay.
Because she can't contribute in any other ways than working on something mechanically.
How long has this meeting been happening, and how long do we have left of the air bubble?
Oh,
What's
how
an
long is the
hour?
airwolf lost? An hour?
I'd say we're
How
probably
long have we been
getting to
chatting
the
in
end.
real time for this? I think about 40 minutes.
About an hour.
Oh, has it been about an hour?
About roughly. We're at 2 hours in the game. We had an hour of fucking around before we started this. About an hour, maybe 45
No,
minutes.
it was like 45 minutes.
Yeah, an hour,
Yeah, well, we
45
can
minutes.
also look
Yeah,
to whenever we
I thought
finally
the
got
I
around.
thought the conversation started around 11-ish, so about
Everyone
40-ish.
got
Yeah.
towards the meeting point just before 11.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, like, in a
Yeah.
About 45
15
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah, about.
And we had like 5 minutes of, oh, there's a tavern in our ship because
Yeah,
she
that
had
is
put
true.
her.
I have like 15 more minutes of this breathing air. I want to try something, but I might need your help. I will be in my room before I kill Tausch. Looking at him angers me. Bye bye.
All right. Is the meeting concluded or not yet?
Yeah.
Captain, I'm gonna need to talk to you.
You will have to just figure out what to do with all these people and how to get to the place as quick as possible.
Well, if everyone's quarantined off and in their rooms, the rest of the ship should be fine.
Where exactly
you-
did this tavern teleport into our ship at?
Oh, mine and Crane's room.
What?
Oh, and the empty room next to our room, which I guess now we just got a really big bedroom, Crane.
Yeah, I guess so.
Ooh, we should do a pillow fight.
At this point, Dane has been kind of just silently sitting and listening. But as soon as the conversation starts to like pivot towards like a more lighthearted tone, he kind of is gonna quickly like jam his walking stick like into the ground and kind of begin to pick himself up a bit. He lets out a couple like very like rough hacking coughs and then turns to Crane and Racilia first. Look. Crane, I'm not gonna blame you necessarily for what happened. I do appreciate you taking accountability for this. Racilia, I know you didn't mean to, but I want to see your skills flourish, but not at the expense of my ship, man.
I'm sorry.
And Tosh, I respect
Right.
you looking after one of my own and my crew here, but your actions have directly caused not only just half of my fucking crew becoming sick and derelict, but now I can't even be as active as I want to be without a threat of nearly killing myself to this fucking thing. He then takes like a deep breath and like centers himself again. I don't got a lot of time left. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to live to see the center of this fucking place. But I am not gonna let my crew die to this fucking thing. We're all going to work our hardest to make this shit right, so we can get on with our fucking whatever voyage. Fucking damn this crew too. And he's gonna start to like wobble his way to like the door and like lean to it. Maybe I've been a bit too passive in all this. And he's gonna start walking down the corridor towards the stairs.
Sounds like the meeting has been adjourned. I'm going to go attempt to save these people's lives.
Trying to make a call. With Lux, can you work with, I guess, the tavern people
Oh, right on you.
and figure out what their jobs are and what they're good at, so that we can figure out where we might be able to utilize them on the ship?
Oh, yeah.
Crane, Bracilia, you continue to look into this virus and see if you can figure out a way to stave it off more, or perhaps cure it.
I feel like I've exhausted all my avenues. I'm just gonna try and work on the engine.
I suppose if you can figure out a way to make us go faster without destroying the engines of the ship, that would be useful as well.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just had a really stupid idea.
Oh no.
Josh?
We're not pouring whiskey into the engine.
Yeah, no, it's not that. It's just, I just remember what I had in my inventory, and the way space works with the an object in motion stays in motion.
Mm-hmm.
If I use the Force Crusher arrow and tie it to the ship and it gets massively bigger as it keeps moving forward, would that actually pull the ship faster due to the facts of physics and weight mass?
Just blow up the planet.
Oh,
What we got there?
It might. I don't know if it's enough to matter, though.
I don't know, just asking, like, it might, I don't know if that...
I'll have to take a little time to think about it. I'll put it into consideration, but I don't think that's not a snap decision I can.
I know, I said it was a stupid idea, so...
We're actually gonna destroy the next planet that we arrive at.
It's gonna crash into it.
Gonna blow up the sun if they... Considering how... There's gotta be an upper limit to the foe crusher,
There
otherwise
is,
if I
there is.
fire it, it blows up a fucking sun.
He specified that there was.
Yeah. I just don't know what the upper limit is.
It's stupid big, but it's still an upper limit.
Yeah, that may be...
Newton's the most dangerous son of a bitch in space.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm just
Cadet
wondering,
from
like,
Mass
if,
Effect 2.
that could possibly move the ship faster, so...
It was Mass Effect 3.
No, it was 2.
Was it 2?
Uh-huh.
Why have a tiny exhaust weakness when you can have a giant arrow that obliterates the Death Star?
I can't believe we're going to just become a chariot led by an arrow.
Hey, that reminds me of a certain Eon.
We got some Greek mythology going on here, guys.
Yeah, just to say it wasn't Apollo. He was a god of archery, and he had a chariot.
Yeah, and he was also the guy who drew the sun across the sky. Makes sense, right? We got the Apollo arrow.
Oh, Crane's gonna go see what Zevi wanted help with. She'll ruffle Lux's hair on her way out.
We're roommates now.
They are roommates now.
That's what Lux said. It's like, he's happy about it.
You also have 25 other roommates, too.
It's a big old
It's a fucking
slumber party.
I guess.
Get the disco music
it.
playing.
They're gonna bring their own pillows, though.
Oh my god.
made Debbie crooked and I can't fix her, so you're just gonna have to deal with it.
You
Made Zevi
How did
crooked.
you do that?
Slightly askew, Zevi.
It's
There we go.
control.
I fixed
Click
it.
your token and then.
You,
The
you
more
know what?
rotated she get, the
Yeah.
lower intelligence score is.
If
You
you
know-
if you hold control and then use the scroll wheel up and down while your token is selected, it'll. So it's like, see, hold on, get rotated.
Oh my
I
God.
really did on my game. I forgot.
Get rotated.
You know what I kind of hope at this point, though, in this game is that somewhere down the line again, Zevi or Racelia's fucking thing goes off again. The fucking inn after just getting repaired gets teleported some random ass place again, and it's just gonna look at her like, "Not you again!" It's gonna be the Cabbage Man with the inn.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, does the tavern teleport back? Because in the description it just says it teleports somewhere else. It's
Right.
No, and then
okay.
after.
So.
Oh no, it doesn't teleport back to where it went. It just goes somewhere else.
Yeah, that's what it says.
So in the description, I'm pretty sure what it's supposed to be is an actual tavern that's meant to do that, and not just
Yeah.
some random schmuck tavern. But
Yeah,
that's
like I
fun.
said,
It's
no,
funny.
that is
It's
funny.
funny.
Anyway.
It is funnier
That
that
is
is a
how it's-
random. Well, no. You know what it is? This is so your canon to make it fit the description. It is now an interdimensional tavern. This is just how it became an interdimensional tavern.
Oh no.
It's just a
Half of
tavern
it
now.
is gone.
Yeah, the half is the and in part.
Yeah.
Maybe
Just like
when
a
it teleports,
tavern
the other
A.
half teleports back with it.
Oh God, he's gonna get half his. Jesus.
Look,
Just reminded that everything was destroyed.
it's possible that if we manage to shorten the time with all the people we trained, this was actually a good thing, and if they don't die.
It's possible
You're
this
a
was
fan of
I said this could be a benefit. Like I said, let's look at the bright side.
I may have
That,
saved the crew.
That just the tavern and inn teleport away. Anybody who's not in it that teleported in are still stuck with us.
But what if one of us is in that area? Do they get teleported with it too?
I feel like
We should not
Josh is
test
just.
that.
I feel like Josh should just be like, their fates are now entwined with this inn, and they can never.
Yeah, they're basically Roselia has just cursed these in tavern people to be cursed to this tavern for all of eternity, teleporting through the
believe
Southern
it.
Cosmere.
California.
A tavern phylactery.
Imagine you just go for a drink on a Friday night and then you get locked in there forever.
I just wanted
Oh
a
God, my wife's gonna kill me.
You want to go to the bar? No. I've heard what happens sometimes.
and
Never
prohibition
going
was thus
drinking
passed on that planet.
I hope she never rolls.
Anything
That
other than
again.
this one again.
No. If she rolls it again, she's gonna be devastated by what she is hoping. So I hope she never rolls it again.
I mean, 58% chance every time you fail. Or
Well,
1%.
1% chance.
1% chance, I meant, yeah.
58% chance does sound funnier though. An over half chance you just resummon these people.
Anytime you roll another number, you should replace it with that 58 from now on.
No.
So the chances of it
Like
increase.
a familiar summon. Summon familiar, angry pub mob.
Look, I didn't play 5e to play fucking 40k, okay?
Nonsense, friends.
Oh man. Not the warp.
Warp dice.
Okay, well I'm going to the engine to see if I can accelerate.
Yeah, that's fine.
And hopefully buy us some time.
Welcome to my doorway, Crane. Welcome
Hello.
to my doorway, Crane. Sorry.
I have seen it many times before.
Yes,
Needed my
well,
help
welcome.
with something?
Yes, I want to try and get information about perhaps this information is redundant, and perhaps this is much of what we already know, but perhaps it will yield something useful. Um, and just Josh, so that you're clear of what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to use Crane to effectively lower my DC here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the DC lowerer.
for this specific spell.
Yeah, DC, it stands for the crane.
Oh, shit.
Can you describe to me, um, perhaps as much detail as you can, the face of the man aboard the ship, the one that Talsh threatened, and what the ship was like, what it looked like. I want to try and use a spell, but it is a little easier if I have seen it and know it, but I have not because I cannot see. So perhaps your words could be my eyes for the time being.
I've only seen the researcher briefly, but I think he was a dwarven man. Was he, Josh?
Yeah, Dwarven man.
Okay. Short,
Um,
stocky, beard, kind of receding hairline for some reason.
do you know his full name?
Only that he goes by Dr. Brand.
Did Talsh get his first name?
I
Huh.
think he did. He just, and by he, I mean Eric forgot.
Maybe.
I don't remember it being
I mean,
mentioned.
you
but
got the recording. I mean, you could, I guess, go to that section.
I have to go back to see if it was revealed, but
Yeah.
I'll go through that in my own time. And if it was revealed, I'll amend the picture with his first name.
when would it have been mentioned?
Right when you guys met at the
Uh,
beginning.
Right when you met him is the only time I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Either that or when I believe the ship was called up at one point
Yeah,
by Tosh, or vice versa. No,
I
I think Tosh
talked
called the
to.
ship.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
called it. I hailed the ship. I talked to someone about information about the ship.
I think that was also Brand that you talked to. I think, but maybe I'm wrong. But like that's the only other time that I think that his first name would have been mentioned. I'll have to, like I said, I'll go back and check the pod. But
I mean, worst case scenario, you just ask Jufong to use his resources to figure out who the head of that fleet is.
oh, actually,
You just
wait,
Google
no,
it?
that's actually really smart. I feel like Zhufang actually would
No.
probably. No.
No, I
Just
mean,
no.
he would know, yeah. No, as
Oh,
K-A-N-O.
K-A-N-O-W. I thought you just said it. N-O.
Veto.
No, he would.
I was dumbfounded. I was like, oh, well, I guess he just doesn't know. Apparently. What do
I would like
know?
it, but you use no while saying no.
No. I think that's what I was gonna say. I think you know. I think you know.
Sorry, guys. Heath said I couldn't.
But I will also admit that my DM brain is also vaguely forgetting his first name right now, so I'm gonna double check to see.
I've done that many times.
Bro, got mine.
I wouldn't even be surprised if you didn't give him a first name. I've done it a lot of times.
All of my notes just say Dr. Brand right now, so I'm like, oh, of course I didn't write his fucking first name down. Oh, why would I do that? Why would I be smart? Okay, but anyway.
His name is Yef.
His first.
His name Yef.
His first name is Doctor. He's
Okay.
Doctor.
He's Doctor.
I'm going to use two different spells actually for this. I'm gonna use this.
Okay.
And this. But before the first one, because the first one isn't a concentration effect, I'm gonna guidance myself so that I pass the DC.
Okay.
Do you think that Crane can give me enough information to justifiably lower the DC to like 10.
You make an intelligence navigator's tools check. DC being 10 if you've been in the location before, 15 if you've been around 100 miles of location, and 20 if you've seen it within 100 miles. Using the descriptors that Crane gave you.
Yeah.
I should be able to describe like what the outside of the ship, the little logo, the green colors, the inside of
You
all
know-
the
like,
you know
labs
what?
that she's
You know
been
what?
in.
I have a more fun idea for this, actually.
Okay.
The description alone would not be enough. However, there is an alternate way that you can do this through Crane and have it work. It's a method that you've used before, but not for a long time. And that method being warging into
Yeah.
and possessing. Yeah. Crane.
Fine. Will you allow me to do something a little more invasive? I do not think that this is sufficient.
I want to get in your.
Invasive how?
I want to get in your body.
It is not that weird. I would just enter your body for a moment.
It's not that weird. It's just very weird.
It's
Fine,
invasive.
what
It's getting kinky now, y'all.
have worded that worse, sir.
I'll get up
For
all
what-
into that.
That's so on brand for Debbie to say it's not that weird and then say the most off the wall shit.
Rasilia just on the other side of the wall, just like looking up and like, what?
For what
I have
purpose?
your descriptions unfortunately are not sufficient enough to help me visualize, and I think that this spell will be difficult for me to cast. But I have this unique ability that I learned about through very unfortunate circumstances. When I entered the body of a deceased ally of ours. Should you be willing, I could enter your body for a brief moment. It does not hurt. And I could recall your memories of this place and see them for myself. And this would make this divination spell much easier for me.
Is being deceased a requirement for this?
No, I will not kill you.
Good question, though.
I have
Sorry, what
I
was
have
the
done
question?
it on. Is being deceased a requirement?
Oh.
No, you just have to be willing, let's say. You have to allow me to.
Okay, what are you trying to find? What spell are you trying to cast?
I'm trying to cast a scrying spell, a divination spell, on the Dr. Brian. And in order to do that, I need to have his image and the ship in my mind, of which I have not boarded, so I cannot do. And if for a moment you allow me to access this particular memory, I promise I will not pry. I just need a quick moment to relive this day in your mind. You will. Should you become unwilling at any point, the connection will sever on my end. So, should this be successful, you are in full control.
Well, I trust your promise, and as I feel partially responsible for what happened, I do want to do what I can to help, possibly solve the situation. So yeah, we can do it.
This can be very taxing for both me and the person, so I recommend you sit down and try to um empty your mind of thoughts that are not of this day in particular that I look to relive.
Do I need like a check for that, or is that just implied?
No check I think required on your end, Zevi.
No,
However,
the check is on my end, yeah.
yeah.
I just meant the keeping your mind clear part or whatever.
Oh. You have a high intelligence, right?
Yeah.
Like, is it 20?
Mm-hmm.
I'd say passively. Then you probably have like the knowledge to kind of like help empty your mind a bit for this
Okay.
type of purpose.
Okay. I will do the thing. What check did I make for warging into people again?
I mean, kick Chiffon out of this fucking room. I hate him. I don't hate him.
Wow.
Jeez.
Well,
I'm kidding.
there he goes.
I don't hate him. Yeah, fuck off. Sorry.
Then replace it with 25 other people.
Yeah, can we get Ryan here real quick to teleport?
Okay, what check do I need to make again, Josh?
I believe for this particular check, it's a raw
think it was a-
spellcasting check.
Yeah, that's what I remembered it being too.
Was it good?
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
Woohoo!
Okay. Yeah. So
Debbie will like ignore all thoughts that aren't about that day. Like even if Crane like hadn't kept her mind clean, she's so singularly focused that like any other passing thought, even if it's like Talsh is a fucking idiot, as much as Debbie would love to engage, she's just like shooing it away.
Crane, as you kind of like allow your mind to enter a blank state, you feel a presence begin to actually kind of very similar to a situation you recently experienced. You begin to feel a presence begin to kind of like begin to enter the recesses of your mind a bit. And as you kind of just like try to ignore like the weird tickling, like prodding feeling that you're feeling in like within your head, like almost tickling your brain, Zevi, you begin to like your eyes go from like that normal like blind cloudy white to like a pure glowing white, as you are now as now Crane also opens her eyes, which are now also glowing white, and you are now kind of like seeing through her body.
As much as the urge may arise, Crane, do not touch your own chest. I have not experienced what will happen, but my void mark comes with me, so do not. It is tempting, but do not. And I'll just look for every bit of information. I have one question while I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when I'm just basically trying to like relive the day really quick in her memories, like recall everything that I can.
Yeah.
Through her perspective, and as I'm like going through and reliving,
Mm-hmm.
do I also see, she experienced that the creature talking to her, but because my head is clear, do I see it and hear it talking to her when that happens? Or do I see like what a sane person would have if they were in Crane's shoes?
So you're filtering, you're seeing it through her
Perception.
Mhm.
cognizance and memories, which means you would hear it as well speak. because she heard it speak.
Right.
It's not like you are experiencing the events. You are kind of like replaying like a movie what she saw and experienced.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay, then with that in mind, I'm going to cast the first spell with a DC, or I'm going to, spend some time and then come back into my own body and say, I think I have what I need. And I will cast that first spell with a DC 10.
Okay.
And I hope none of this matters and I roll in at 1. That'd be funny. It mattered.
Nice. Okay.
Yippee!
Crane also sees the spell, I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
What is the spell?
The spell is called Star Scry.
Don't be nosy. It's
Oh,
only your
I'll-
senses.
They just said I can see it, man!
Yeah, I'll,
Jeez, she's tweaking.
So this is
I am
the first spell that I casted, just for your information.
You mean this spell?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
You mean this spell?
Please put like magic missile or something. I beg you. The opposite of that one.
Okay, so let me see. Night sky forms above you. Show you the sky above the target described. So it's like okay. So it shows you like a representation of like where they like are constellationally, right? Like where they are like
Yeah.
hold on, how do I yeah, okay. Night sky, midnight above the target described. Okay.
Making.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Is that a kibble spell?
I think so.
It should
sure it's a
say on
cultist
the
spell.
It is a kibble spell. Mm.
Okay. Fun. How do I describe this? So
The other
the
spell I cast, Josh,
Mhm.
we can get that information as it comes because it's a little different in how it functions, but this spell sort of happens immediately, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No. I got you. So, illusion of the star night sky form pose you showing the night sky at midnight above the target described. General regional location. Okay. If we're going off the star map, you see something very strange.
Okay.
Finish loading from my current view. Oh, it's not. Oh, okay, I need to reload my fucking thing real quick. I will be right back. There we go. I'm going to the Acheron Spiral just to show you where on the spiral that ship is located currently. Okay. So, you all just came from this nodule. Let me ping really quick.
Oh, I forgot the Hal Hitler.
There we go, right here.
Sorry.
That was so random.
It's on the
It's
map!
not, it's right there.
Oh, the hell, Hitler. The HH, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
So we came from that nodule.
Came from here. Came from this nodule.
Yeah.
According to the stars that you see, in correlation with the spiral, you're not sure how, but for some reason, they are located right here.
So literally on the other. Oh, holy shit.
Where?
Down here.
Down
All
here.
the way on the opposite
Holy
side.
hell. Well, someone's got a cheat code.
Mhm.
It's this
They
damn
teleported
ship.
the entire fleet. What the fuck?
Someone.
Like 20 ships?
Debbie will like look at it and allow Crane to look at it, and then quickly whip out her phone, texting Atlas and Racilia, and say, "I have some fun news." And fun is in quotation marks, and the message is in all caps.
By the way, just to
As
remind you,
always.
your air bubble's gonna run out any second.
Yeah,
Crane
that's
had
fine.
her from Racilia, she can just use that. Instead of Zevi using hers.
Hmm.
I mean, that probably would have had to happen anyway if she's in her room, right?
Yeah.
There's cooties in there.
If Zevi sees Crane put on an air bubble, she'll take hers off so that she can breathe.
She
I
would have
have
before
another.
she entered the room, but yeah.
Okay, then Zevi would take off hers. I also can try a clairvoyance spell. But they may find this. But perhaps this is not the worst news. I will wait to hear back from Atlas and Racilia before I do such things, however.
Hey, what is clairvoyance?
Atlas will text back. You're in your room?
They'll text back a thumbs up emoji.
Dear God, she's learning.
I forgot, Raze. I'm not in her room right now.
Bless you.
Yeah, you're in the engines.
Bless you.
Yeah.
It's Atlas will go to her room. See that. Realizing that she had the bubble on when he walked in earlier, he'll put his on.
Ray will say she's on the way. Not in
I'm
all
just
caps.
basically. Sorry, go ahead.
Now you can go.
Yeah, she's just basically gonna like try and keep the spell like visually there as long as possible. If I have to cast it multiple times to keep it up, she'll do that.
Is that the Star Scry?
Yeah.
Can I
This
roll a
doesn't say how long it
Navigator's
lasts.
Tools?
Well, like it's already there and we already know where they are.
Well, we know on the spiral where they are, but I mean, in that node, but maybe the Navigator's Tools can further pinpoint them within that node. You know what I mean?
I mean, does that help?
I wouldn't see why it wouldn't.
If you want like a more precise exact location, you could.
But at the same time, they are super fucking far away.
Yeah,
so
that's
that
what
could
I mean,
change.
right? Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
they're
Whether or
going to
not they'll
move.
That
leave.
is.
They're
But
if given our travel speed, it's like a year away from us, right?
Maybe I just want to roll a dice, guys. You ever think of that?
I was just saying, like,
That's
they're
what
like,
I was thinking.
We just want to roll a dice.
I've done that in like 4 sessions.
Here. Actually, you know what? If you roll above a 16, I will give you the exact planet that they're on right now. I will give you the exact planet that they're on right now. The planet that they are on, using information gleaned from both Zhufang, sorry, I got distracted. Using basically like the illusory pattern of the stars displayed by Zevi, Atlas, you with your navigator's tools, and given the information of what is on that specific nodule of the spiral given by Zhufang, the three of you working together pinpoint that the planet that they suddenly reappeared upon, or at least nearby, or nearly inhabiting, is called Nokris, and I will put that in the sessions channel.
You know, I have a thought. He says he starts to pull out some tin foil and put it on top of the air bubble. We were discussing something similar to this back home, trying to figure out a solution to mass transmigration, one of which is a teleportation circle. I wonder if they utilize something like that to get all the way over there from where they were. It doesn't make any sense how the hell they would get there so fast. I wonder if perhaps they have a base out there.
I had an idea, and I would like to wait until Rycilia is here before I
It's me.
truly. Oh, hello, Rycilia.
Can I come in?
Yeah, I would recommend a breathing bubble, but yeah, you may.
Yeah, I have one on.
You may. So we'll briefly give Rycilia the rundown of how far that they teleported,
So this is
or how far that
the
they are right now from where we are.
this is the ship, right?
The blue point is the ship. Yeah.
No. Who teleported? It's the diseased ship
S.
thing. That...
Yeah. The Synesthesia Guild ship is what teleported.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, presumably. Using Crane allowed me to do the thing that I did with where I entered her body. You know, the thing that I can do sometimes where I
Right.
can go into people's bodies. And I was able to retrieve her memories from this day, and using which I was able to see where they are. And part of me had expected them to be in the same spot, but I suppose after trying to kill a ship of people, you move hastily. Now, I could take a risk and cast a clairvoyance spell to hear and see the things that go on in Dr. Brand's office, if we think that this could wield useful information. Zhufang does not require much rest. Could cast the spell and he could watch the goings on of the ship, and he could log that information, and we could perhaps share it amongst each other should it yield anything of use.
But what is the risk? From what I can tell, I don't think there's much risk if you cast clairvoyance, right?
Clairvoyance reached that far.
What was that? Sorry, Nano.
Will clairvoyance reach that far?
There is the risk of this, that it is too far, and that I lose the money's worth of material to cast it. It is 100 gold, and in the grand scheme of things, that is not too much. The risk could also be that they find out that I am trying to keep an eye on them, and they form another form of retaliation upon us, but...
So, let me just quickly interject. It will not consume the component. That is a permanent component.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't.
The range is a mile.
So,
yeah.
Probably out of the range.
Well, if it goes off, we know roughly how close they are. If it doesn't, we know they're outside of the mile.
It's a mile. All we gotta do is go 7 billion light years. We're fine. 7 billion light years a mile. What's the difference?
Clairvoyant sucks in space. What the hell?
Crazy.
Yeah, it's almost like spells were designed for terrestrial adventures.
I think most spells suck in space.
Not space suck.
I imagine Fireball's not that useful if you think about it.
I might go in and tweak some of the more spells so that they make a bit more sense in a campaign this fucking large. But we'll see.
Yeah,
I feel
well,
like you don't need to. We don't spend an extreme amount of time in space.
So, but with clairvoyance, it does kind of suck because, like, it's a lower level than spell scry, and I understand that it yields more information, but like, spell scry has
Okay.
infinite distance.
Clairvoyance is I'm checking the room that is like near me. I want to scope it out before I infiltrate it. If you're looking to infinitely scry, you're
That's
looking
scrying.
at scrying.
Yeah, like there's a
which
spell
is
for it.
fifth
Yeah.
level.
I'm
See,
aware
tweaking
that there's a spell
clairvoyance
for it.
to go a node or two ahead, but that way it's not useful.
I'd be willing. You know what? I'd be willing to
That's
do.
what I'm thinking.
I'd be willing to do a note or two ahead for clairvoyance. I feel like that's fine.
But it's yeah. I mean, it's also like that is fine because you still need to know the location
Oh wait, you know what?
familiar to
I have
you.
I have a good way to do this. So for spells like scrying and spells like clairvoyance, I think what I'm gonna do is I will have two versions of the spell. One that's like on planet, and then one that's like when you cast it through like a navigation system. When you cast clairvoyance through a navigation system, you can see a note or two ahead. When you try to cast it without one, you can only see about a mile ahead. So if you're like adventuring on ground, it's still balanced and all that.
Oh,
Cool,
But
that really
with-
helps me who can't see any navigation system other than my cell phone.
Well, that's not necessarily true. The navigation systems on the ship also emanate aether. You can see them pretty clearly.
I mean, worst comes to worst, I could also use clairvoyance.
That is also true.
But I know you
It's
like to
all-
do this stuff, so I'll let you do it.
But like, where the fuck do you even put
I
it
did build my
when you're
entire character for that, so.
when
Yeah.
you're doing it to a node that we haven't been to, and it's an obvious
it's-
location that is unfamiliar to you?
So obvious location that is unfamiliar to you. I would say a node counts as that because you can get information on a node. You can be familiar with a node, just not like
So you're like looking into the system,
yes,
like you're just an eye that like observes. Okay.
overlooking the entire system. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to clarify.
Like it'd be like playing a space game and then clicking a node and getting like a zoom in feature. On it,
Yeah,
essentially.
and then you see this.
Yeah, exactly.
Zevi, enhance.
It's heavy in hands.
Enhance.
So true.
Either galactic camera.
Also, have you? This is a very important question, Josh. Have you decided to name Dr. Brand on brand? This is very
I did see that conversation happening. I'll go back and I'll look through the VOD, and if it's not there, we'll see. Anyway, okay, so, is there anything else happening at the moment? Anything that needed rolls specifically?
Whatever Ray's doing to accelerate the engine.
Oh, you have Tinker's tools, don't you?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make me. How many days are you doing this?
Every single fucking day.
Oh, true. So with the days that you had left over, I think it's like what 5 now that we have people training the ship.
Yes.
5 Tinker
5
Tools,
extras.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this every time.
Imbue luck.
Ignore
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
I'm just gonna get rid of the D20 because it is so pointless. Okay. I will make Tinker's Tools checks. I only need 1 per day, right?
1 per day. Yeah.
Okay. Is What's her name again? Is she helping, or is it? I'm just rolling
Oh,
flat. Is she-
yeah, I would say that both Gibo and Matara are both
Gibo.
giving you the help action on this.
Okay, cool. Eh.
Okay.
I'll roll initial. Can choose which d20. Okay, I can choose which d20. That is better. That is a 27.
That's a 27. Yeah, yeah.
Oh
Ooh.
my fuck. Right. Oh my.
Oh, it's even.
Okay.
Well, alcohol. It's two better.
Okay, that's
Okay.
a 14.
14. Ship experience is where on the second day, not on the first day.
Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
Well, hey, now you can.
That's fine.
Oh,
That's
hey,
the
well, would
same.
you look
It's
at that?
25.
That is the same. Yeah. Nowhere on day 3.
27.
Nowhere on day 4.
Oh, d20. 17.
Nowhere on day 5, but barely.
Okay.
Uh,
So, what does that do
Hmm.
in
accelerating the ship? Am I buying us 5 more days?
How much time does it cut down?
Yeah, you're okay. So it does cut down on the amount of. Actually, wait. Actually, each successful check should have actually subtracted the amount of days needed by 1.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I made up the 10 days with the crew and the acceleration.
Yes. Technically, yes.
Ray is determined to prove that she actually helped saved everyone's lives with the tavern.
This is just a spite thing at this point.
so one of them got.
One of them did damage the ship.
Yeah.
So one of them got infected.
Got infected. Okay. Let me move you guys a bit further up the rail then. About like here-ish. More like here-ish. Okay.
How many days are left?
Okay. If I'm judging off of how much, so 1,000 light years. Let me see. Let me go back into. I think it's under my rules. Let me just double check.
I feel like it was 3 days per square.
It was like 2 or 3.
Because remember we discussed this last time, and he was like, "Well, no, because then if we did that long, it would be a massive amount of time."
Yeah.
So I think it is 3 days per hex.
I'm pretty sure you're right. I'm just trying to double check just to make sure. Resources. 200 light years per day. 1 hex per 5 days. It's 5 days per hex.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
So you guys are basically 5 days away.
So
Actually-
she could do 2 more checks.
Yeah, 2 more checks. Yeah.
Before you do that, am I able to use space vehicle to try to cut time off?
Sure. Yeah.
Let's see how well
16.
this goes.
Okay. 16. I'll say you're able to cut it by another day.
Any guidance that?
Can you guidance that?
You'd have to be breathing bubbled.
He's doing it throughout the entire day, though.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for a check like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
he
if
could
you weren't
technically,
infected.
theoretically keep casting guidance, but that would also draw
But that
attention away
burns his
from the
action, which burns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tragic.
Yeah,
Someone could
that's-
cast guidance on him the entire time, I would say. If
Just
there was a
the
second
only-
person
on his
helping.
back and just be like, "Be guidance."
But the 2 people who are capable of casting guidance on him are infected.
Yeah, so that's not.
That is also true.
The one. I don't have guidance.
I thought you did.
It's
No, I got message,
it's not a-
firebolt, infestation, sword burst, and booming blade.
Yeah, I don't think guidance is a sorcerer's. Oh, I guess you're divine sorcerer. though.
Divine.
Yeah.
Mm.
I do have access to the cleric spell.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyway, yes, that minuses another day off. Ursilia, did you still want to, or Alice, did you want to throw another check or 2 in there as well?
I could. Good.
Okay.
Nice.
23. Yep, another day off.
So like we're
I'll
one
be-
day away.
Yeah, 3 days.
But no, but you said 3 days away before Atlas's
Right. No.
checks.
So before
Oh,
sorry,
it's
before
5.
Atlas's
Yes,
checks, it was 5.
It's 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. These
So
are
3
Atlas's
now
other
because
checks.
after those 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Alice could do 3 more
Oh,
in the
that's
same
true.
time in conjunction with
With
Ray's.
Celia's
By the way, at
checks,
this
yeah.
point they would have disappeared. So what happened to the inn?
Oh, yeah. So
They would have disappeared as we
approximately
arrived.
approximately 7 days later. Oh, actually, wait, yeah. They actually might disappear as you guys arrive on Node, but just to make sure, so I can narrate it properly. Atlas, give me, what was it, 2 or 3 more checks?
3 more.
3.
Okay, 1.
Where did Lux and Crane stay in that time?
In the tavern.
Ah, of course. my bad.
We
The
got
room
drunk
had-
and partied every night there. Great.
It was a good time.
All successes except for that 11.
So that looks like 1 day away from Node.
Yes, 1 day off Node then. And as soon as you're like 1 day away from the node, anyone who would be passing by the area in which the inn basically like teleported to, they did have enough food, by the way, to keep themselves sustained. They were starting to struggle there towards the end, but
Well, we took that into account with Nano's thing, though, right? Like Nano creating food and create food
that's
fed
right.
them all.
Yeah.
So they had no
Yeah,
issue for
yeah.
food.
never mind. Then they're good. Then they were fine. They were fine. I forgot that Atlas was creating food the entire time. Okay, so as soon as you guys are like 1 day away, there'd be a bunch of commotion on the ship, as everybody that was teleported with the inn suddenly vanishes, and also the entirety of the inn that was like lodged inside the ship also vanishes. The rooms are still fucked, and there's still just debris everywhere, but there is no more remnants of any of the tavern goers, the innkeeper, the inn itself, or any alcohol or food that they had on the ship. All of it vanished, teleported out.
I assume they would have fixed it up, considering they thought they were going to stay there for like
They did.
God knows
they,
how
they,
long.
Here's
They-
the irony,
they
though.
got
If they
started on
fixed
it,
it
but-
up with the tavern, then everything they fixed went away. Like, that's the
Yes.
problem.
Yeah.
What are the odds any one
Hey.
of them got infected and now took the disease somewhere random?
Well, suck for them.
Well, you see about that.
I would assume that it's
you mean
mainly
about that?
down to
So I
how
would say,
well-
so I would say, because Lux had nothing to do, he could have been the guard to make sure no one fucked with anything due to his perception checks. He could have probably done his best to make sure nothing happened like that.
Okay.
So I could roll
Yeah,
some
'cause
checks
it's-
for
Wandering around
that.
the ship, right? They were helping out. Like,
Yeah.
it's still down to the quarantined people because they have to stay within where they need to
True.
be, and the only reason they would leave is if they have a breathing bubble,
Yeah.
and that just puts the air into the bubble, so it should be fine.
Yeah.
The only reason why it would go bad is if someone in quarantine decided to fuck everyone else
Well,
over and leave.
The
without
other
a breathing
way, though, would be someone wandering into someone's quarantine area without thinking about it or realizing it. And when you have 25
that.
people who know nothing about this ship. So that's
All
why
that.
Lux would keep track of those people.
we
But
can
I
get 'em
assume
more
we'd put up
arms.
signs.
Yeah, but we're
That's
also in a
a-
tavern with a bunch of drunk fucking drinkers. I'm just saying it's possible.
And Talish is going to be constantly
I'll
in there with
I'll
the
perform some
snake.
rolls to see how likely it was for anything catastrophic to happen in that time. But in the meantime, I don't think worse would have come to worse is that they maybe like 1 or 2 got infected with mind fire and then got teleported away to God knows where. But in terms of spreading it to the rest of the ship, no, because they mostly kept. I would say that most of the tavern goers kept to themselves. Like, primarily, if they weren't like
Okay.
helping out with the ship.
I do like the fact
feel
though, that
like-
we have an interdimensional tavern just spreading mind fire across the universe.
Yeah, if they had got infected and left with it, then they're just gonna spread it somewhere else.
Up top, Storm. Great job on us.
I think
Let's
Tosh
go.
might have just committed a genocide on a galactic level.
Hey, that tavern wasn't me. I lined up for the ship.
Okay,
That
well, we'll
tavern
say
wasn't
Tosh
me.
mixed with Rasilia mixed. It was a team effort, guys.
Hey, I saved half of the ship, okay?
It only cost half the
Okay,
universe.
Ruin the rest of the universe.
Don't worry about that, fuck.
Don't worry about
One of the characters really matters.
Alrighty, everybody.
Wait.
Hmm.
Rasilia was able to find out where Myth got teleported to before, right? By like studying the magic around it. Can she find out
Okay.
where the tavern teleported to?
Okay, oh, wait, hold on. Okay, yes, but also, can we also do a detect poison? We could disease on the tavern goers to make sure they're not.
Well, if someone
'Cause that-
screams yes, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, we didn't know that they
Yeah,
were supposed to leave after 7 days.
Yeah, exactly. We
right?
didn't know they were going to
Yeah,
teleport
you
out,
guys
so we
didn't
would have
know
just
they were leaving.
quarantined one, and he would have disappeared at that point.
Yeah, but we
Yeah.
can constantly screen them, right?
Well, yeah. But,
So,
oh,
but they would know at least that someone
Oh,
would
that
be
they
infected
are
if
that one of
someone.
them is infected.
yeah.
Okay.
So they could do something about it when they
All right.
disappear.
They teleport
Fir-
back.
first things
that
first,
sick
I'm gonna
person
roll a
arrives in the middle of the
percentile.
room.
Yeah, please just say that they're fine and I didn't ruin everything.
I didn't just murder planet after planet by spreading it
Could you
across the
imagine that getting
cosmere.
back to Brant and being like, "Holy shit, guys!"
No, worst part is it gets back if Atlas just finds out his people have been wiped out by mind fire
Oh,
when a
God.
random fucking
Okay.
tavern
I rolled a
popped up.
percentile. I rolled a percentile. I rolled a 1d100 on the chance of likelihood that any of them got infected. So basically, high bad, low good. All right.
Okay, what'd you roll?
99.
Whoa, no, it didn't happen. Everybody's safe.
They mostly, I'm gonna say with a 7. They mostly kept to themselves. They, being on a strange ship such as this, if they
Knowing
were
it was
not
a plague.
working in groups of their own, they were kind of horrified at the and as soon as you mentioned that there was a plague on the ship, they were mostly just like, nah, fuck that, and they mostly would keep to themselves in their own little tavern night after night, and pretty much interact with anybody else aboard the ship as little as humanly possible until they teleported out.
Good for them.
I just like to imagine Lex was in the middle of a conversation when somebody just popped off. It's like, aw.
The one
Now we're
person
getting
you
to the
can
good
talk
part.
to.
But
Just
with
getting to
that,
the good part.
the last day of the journey goes through, and you all.
How many people die?
If it was only 7 days, no one died.
Yeah, if we accelerated that far, I don't think anyone died.
The
Let me-
ship
But
we
might
also
be.
got
the engines might be a
accelerated,
little.
but we got slowed down.
Yeah, the engines might be a little fucked after all that, but we should be.
But I think we're hitting the limit because we need to solve it very,
we're-
very soon.
We're either gotta get this shit
Right,
solved
so
today, or
people-
people are dying.
I would say I'm gonna make a roll
Okay.
to see if anyone did pass in this time. Like if anyone's condition got accelerated or just was fucked over by extreme unlucky, rolls for just general population being panicking or kind of succumbing to the mind fire itself. I'll roll for that first, and then even if it's a low casualty rate right now, you still need to find someone in this node that can handle it before it gets worse. And there's only so much that some of these doctors can do per day. But in the meantime, let me just roll something else. Okay. That is not great, but alright. Let me see. So you guys made it in a week, 7-ish days. 50% were already infected. 10% were critical, 25% were showing symptoms. Okay. I'll give a progress rate. So 10% were in a more critical state. Or sorry, 10% of the initial 50% became critical over the course of the week. There was a
So 5% of the crew.
Yeah, so
Or
5%.
5 people.
And then let me see. 25%, the 25% that were showing initial symptoms are now fully entering Mindfire. So that is now
Severe
roughly
symptoms.
70-ish%, roughly. And in terms of the ones that were critical, there have been 4 casualties so far.
Anyone in
Those
particular,
are
or
of the...
no names?
I will roll to see if it was anybody.
If it was anybody
Actually,
notable, then I'd have been making sure they survived.
Because, you know, fuck the randos, right?
Well, I mean, if it's anybody important to the ship, then yes.
Well, but depends on whether someone known doesn't necessarily mean someone important.
I made another roll to see if it was anybody of major significance. The answer is no.
Not
Now,
yet.
do you make a roll to see if
Not
it's
yet.
just someone we know died?
Let me check the ship real quick.
Because I can think at least of a couple people that unfortunately aren't super important.
That's kind
Well,
of
I would
mean.
assume
for
that the
yourself.
people that we've met and know by like name and stuff are basically
Would have
in
been
the
included in that first
important.
roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then any no names are just the random crew members that are.
Yeah.
Because we only know like what, not even
Dozen?
20 people that are part of the
Yeah, dozen, 20. That's still like 20% of the crew, though. I mean,
But a lot of it's people who we know didn't contract it. Like Dane didn't get it. I know that. I'm pretty sure the doctor was fine.
I need to actually make saves for Zeva because she's been around the most infected. Like, yeah, there's precautionary measures, but that doesn't.
yeah, the
necessarily
doctor, like, there's some that are gonna be just, high risk.
High risk, yeah.
But I mean, if she's also a
No,
cleric,
don't
she
kill
could
Storm's
also.
girlfriend.
I don't think she's a
What?
I don't know, yeah, I guess she was a cleric,
Is she
wasn't
not
she?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she is a cleric. With who also has access to Lesser Resto, but I don't know if that was accounted for or not.
I think it was.
I don't think so either, but it's probably fine.
I will say that the ones that have perished so far are not named members of the crew. However, Maya has contracted, and Maki is critical.
Who's Maya and Maki again?
The kids.
They were the ones that that were invited aboard the ship.
The satyrs.
that?
Were all the satyrs, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the satyr children. Lux's one friend, you know, that's great. If she dies, I'm
Wow,
sure
what
that
about-
won't. I'm sure that won't affect Lux anymore.
Are the rest of the party not Lux's friends? How rude.
I mean, one's the mom, one's your family, big sisters, and
And those are mutually exclusive, friends and family.
You got the weird uncle.
But what
in
about
the meantime-
Francois?
What about Francois?
The weirder uncle.
Francois seems fine for now. Francois is stayed in quarantine with the captain. So they are both okay. Francois is fine.
Man, why can't the crew have been servitors? This is despicable.
This is despicable.
You can be the
How's-
change you want to see in
Flesh
the
has
world.
because the inefficiency of the flesh. We must
Time to
give him
turn
up for
all
the
the crew
teen
into
god.
servitors.
Yes, the machine gods must be. The machine god must be worshipped.
Josh, is Farron able to get sick just because of the nature of his abilities?
Who? Sorry.
Farron, the guy I invited.
Oh, he does have void relation, but yeah, he is still able to technically get sick because Crane also is void related. Or adjacent, rather. And in fact, his is a bit of a degree of separation even away from you and Crane. I don't think he's void marked. He's like
Well-
he's a study and aspirant of it.
We're
but he's
on
not
node.
like...
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine, Go ahead.
We're on node now. Let's accelerate to solving this crisis.
Yeah, well, obviously.
Yeah.
I was
so...
asking about an NPC, Storm. Am I not allowed?
No,
Like,
I wasn't saying you weren't allowed.
you
That's
interrupted
fine.
Josh to.
That's why I said he could continue. I said I'm sorry. Continue.
Was it just to make a pun or?
What? No.
Oh, okay. My bad.
I realized I interrupted him and I said I'm sorry. You can continue, and then he said you go ahead. So I was like, okay. I apologized.
No, you're good. In the meantime, as you guys do enter the node, you do come across the volcanic planet as mentioned previously. And there are other planets also within this node as well. But in the meantime, because I still have more to plan with this particular node that I was not able to get to this week, that is probably where I'll be calling it for tonight.
Okay.
Oh, God, here
Sorry.
we go.
I'm kidding, but
To be fair, I mean, Cat's been kind of probably twitching for games since like half of them have been canceled.
That is fair.
yeah,
That is very fair.
I'm tweaking.
Cat sobbing as she realizes the game has to end.
But yeah, that is where I will call it tonight. As you all enter the node.
Thanks for the session, Josh.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks for the session, Josh.
I'm gonna try my best to see if I can run next week and get everything in working order with the updates and all, so that we can actually have maps and combats and shit. But in the meantime, I will keep everybody updated just in case,
We had lots of combat. It was just verbal combat today between party members.